everybody. Very good morning to you. Hope you're keeping well. You join us on this Thursday. And why am I very quiet? No, Murph, you're terribly loud. You're all very welcome in. Today we're going to be checking out the newly updated Accu-Sim Aerostar 600 from A2A. 0.94, they're calling this one. So it's like, right, new glass, new sounds, fixes, right, so it's all new. So we're going to be checking this one out. We're also going to be flying with OnAir Company today, and an entire career mode add-on that I'm having lots of fun exploring. So we're going to explore it a little bit more. But hope you're well. The weather is not great. Rain this morning. And, do you know, I did the dog in it last night. Went to bed anyway. And with the iPad, I said, do you know, I think I'll watch some X-Files. Put in my headphones, and I watched Agents Mulder and Scully for an extended period of time. I was there till about 3 o'clock this morning. It's brilliant, and it's all from the 1990s. There was one rubbish episode, but the rest of them were pretty good, right? X-Files, I'm telling you, it brings you back to a land of 1993 and then 1994. Absolutely brilliant. But anyway, great fun, lads. Great fun. I'm using Energizer's new gadget. You know, is it very bright in here? Is it just me? He's using a reshade thing that I've been looking at, and now I'm using that. We're going to try it out today to see how it all looks. Do you know what I mean? Could be great fun, this. But yes, what else did I do? Jesus. Not much now. You know, I was busy-ish. Mad looking into Formula 1. Right? I'm just saying now, that could be absolutely brilliant crack. But we'll get to that at some stage. Our plan today, we're on the ground here at a place called Cody, and we were here trucking the other day. Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta, Cody, up here by Yellowstone, and we're going to just explore the region and see what we can get ourselves. See what we can find. Do you know what I mean? And also check out this update from A2A. So it's all happening now. It's all exciting, do you know? Fix that gadget. Any crack, any news. As we always do with these streams, if there's anything in the sim you might be struggling with, or you have some issues, or just things aren't working, you know, the way they're supposed to be working, well, do be sure to let me know, and sure we can chat about it, and then, you know, go exploring. Right, we can go exploring. Are all my cameras working? Oh, look, they're not. Look, the stupid things. Why? You know, hang on. I forgot to turn it on. Right now. Right, we could be laughing now. Ah, sure, look at that. Jesus, though. Right, but apart from that, everything else is going to be grand. It looks, that's actually an interesting angle, isn't it? I mean, do you know what I mean? As we're sitting here, with yourself, right? And, yeah, that's kind of, that's how everything looks in here this time of the morning. You see, I was a little bit late this morning as well. Murph, I've got this rash. Oh, wait, Murph is here. Too, Murph, right? Brilliant. Years ago, I was in a place that there was 4 Murphys, right? There was me, Murph. There was Small Murph. We called him Smurf. There was the boss Murph, which we called him Murphy the Bad. And then there was another Murph that we had to call Gurf to avoid confusion, right? And that was very funny because someone would come in and say, Murph, and we'd all go, huh? Right, brilliant. But anyway, it's just, well, you've Murph and then you fly Murph. You see? Brilliant. But yes, loads of fun. Has anyone been flying the Aerostar? That's a question, because we're being treated to some really awesome aircraft in the sim. All of a sudden, I mean, we have Just Flight absolutely kicking ass. We have SWS updating the Kodiak. We have Jamie Mac. The FS Reborn stuff, the first of the 2020 native aircraft patched over to make them compatible in 24, so they're all up and running. We also had, of course, the INI builds, the F406. We're going to be flying that Caravan tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. It received 2 updates since we last flew it. Then, of course, we have Black Square after releasing the Starship, and, you know, we're just waiting for all the other aircraft to start moving on their way. And then we have this from A2A. We also have a ton of helicopters, and there's more. There's absolutely tons more stuff on the way for us to go flying and exploring, and it's all only brilliant. So, yes, the wallets are going to be hurting for sure, absolutely. But anyway, we'll have to just see what we can do. What would your thoughts be, right? because that hasn't really started yet. You know, this idea of renting, right? Or, I don't know, how would you feel if there was a service to be created? Let's say, you know, all the developers were put into a room with a keg of Guinness and they sat down with me, right? And if we were to offer, and this is all hypothetical now, I'm only just shooting the breeze. Would folks be interested in paying a subscription or like a license fee to have all aircraft? Do you know what I mean? So you pay, I don't know, is it a monthly fee of $20 and you have the sim plus all aircraft? Because I think that's the way the world is going, isn't it? Isn't it? Everything's all subscription based. It's all on demand when you want it, you know, how you want it. Because what we're seeing is, yes, we can buy an aircraft outright, right? But now, it doesn't happen that much. As we found, I mean, there's aircraft that were bought for 2020. The very vast majority of them are now working in 2024, but a handful still not, and we have to wait for them to be updated. But then, of course, when you look at other aircraft, maybe for older platforms, they never kind of got carried over. Majestic being one of them, although they are working on it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, would that be interesting for folks to do? Or is it better just to buy the shagging thing outright, it's yours and that's the end of it? Always an interesting one, because you don't know what way it's all going to go. Like when you look at the likes of Game Pass and there's so many different subscription services. I think, you know, my own thought on this is, well, a subscription service kind of gives us, you know, the consumer power, because we can say, well, I don't want it anymore because, you know, it's not updated or I'm not getting what I want out of it, therefore I'll stop. So you're kind of able to back away from it. And that kind of puts pressure on that developer to say, oh, geez, I better change something here. Do you know what I mean? It makes it very interesting. But who knows? Who knows? Just a wild idea. You know the ideas I have. But anyway, who's here? Look, Spitfire RAF, top of the morning to you, man. Mac Vision is here. Welcome, welcome. Toto, good to see you, buddy. PH Roy, a very good morning. Skater boys. Big Carlo, welcome in. Sir Campsalot, my dude from Angoshlan Nua. Good to see you. How's all in Selbridge? The Limbics, a very good evening to you, my guy. Hope you're well. The Impossible Face, brief whistle stop before work. Have the stream announcements stopped being announced in Discord or somewhat? No, they should be still there. Stuff, you have the stuff happening page. So right, we got feedback from Discord. Right. So basically, I'm working on the assumptions of the following. Right. We've had a community poll, and what we've asked was, what do you want? Do we want to simplify the layout with fewer channels? Do we want to use threads more? Do we want clearer access to our stream information? Easier ways to find routes, screenshots and photos? Less at everyone, smarter opt-in notifications? Review and simplify the roles, make them clearer, more useful? Or happy as is, excited to see what happens? So overwhelmingly, the biggest request was simplify the layout with fewer channels with clearer categories. So that's going to be the number one target I'm going to start working. In second place, with 56 votes, was less at everyone pings. So I'm going to work on that. In third place, with 51 votes, clearer access to the Monday, Wednesday and Friday stream information. So that's going to make things very clear on where that stuff is going to live. Then after that, we got 42 votes saying that happy as is. We had 2 using more threads. Sorry, we had easier way to find routes, then use less threads or use more threads. And then the last one, review and simplify the roles. So there's a number of things there we're working on, but the biggest and the primary target I'm going to be working on is simplifying the layout of our Discord, because there's an awful lot of stuff there. We have a lot of categories, we have a lot of channels, and the idea behind it was, set it up in such a way that you have multiple avenues and people know where to post. The problem, of course, is, well, now there's too many. Do I put it there or do I put it there? Well, what if I put it there and then over here? Right, right. I've shagged it, but it'll be fixed. So yes, we're all working on that now. Right, we're all working on. Well, I say we're all working on that now. I'm going to tackle that, over the coming days and weeks, because there's lots to be done. Also, when it comes to content, there's friggin' lots to be done. OnAir, a huge one. We also want to go exploring more with our VATSIM stuff. all the different aircraft we have. We have our Hadrian's Wall series to get up and running. There's more Monday night series coming. And when there's other aircraft being released later on, well, I have routes and Monday night series to facilitate those. I also want to kind of do a deep dive into certain aircraft, whereby over the case of maybe 3 streams, 4 streams, maybe, it'll be a deep dive on a particular aircraft, teaching us absolutely everything that we need to know and become proficient and very comfortable with flying that sort of an aircraft. You just need to let me know which ones, right? You just need to let me know. But I was thinking along the lines of maybe the DC-6, certainly some of the airliners, the Lancaster, which I think very positive review so far, and we kind of take from there things like the Starship, maybe the you know, the Aerostar, all that kind of stuff, and create additional content to help support that, be it checklists, cheat sheets, whatever it's going to be. But that's kind of the next stage of things. Do you know what I mean? Plus then I have to get the rig back into action and, well, recording videos and all that kind of stuff, because we all love flying, right? And flying in stormy weather or bad weather, visually it's a challenge. But when you throw that onto the rig and you're feeling all the movements, the add-ons really do come alive. Then there's VR. So like there's loads to do. There's not enough hours in the day. Like what are we at this now? July. So we have July, June and May. Is that right? May to June was 1 month. June to July. We're 2 months. Is that all we are? 4, 8. We're longer than that. How many weeks is that, lads? Count, Murphy, count. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're into our 9th week of being full time. What? Crazy, absolute madness. And it's very hard to explain this to, you know, civilians. What do you do now for a living? I'm on the internet. And do you keep your shirt on? Right, it's very hard to explain what you're doing. But yeah, 9 weeks into this now, absolutely bananas, right? But I'm loving it because I have time now to do some stuff. And as I said, the first month was always going to be a little bit kind of, what's he actually doing? We still maintain our main streams in the evening time, my evening time. And that's our Monday, Wednesday, Friday, right? We've added in trucking only because it's a bit of crack. And of course, Thursday, I now have time to fly with the lads doing the VATSIM flights because, well, I really enjoy those. They're lots of fun. And then every other Sunday, try and get a stream up there as well. So I'm loving it, but I've a lot of work to do. There's objectives all over the shop and goals and other content. And we got a Patreon up and running. It's all been mad busy. So I just need to dial everything in a bit. But I need the feedback. I need you guys to say, Murph, hi, listen, come here now. You know, less of that or more of this. None of that and all of that. That's what we need. So we need the feedback. So keep me on the straight and narrow and keep me honest of how we're getting on. Do you know? Murphy, just change your face and I'll be grand. See, Gibba's not even here and I can tell you what you're saying. Right? Brilliant. But anyway, it's all fun and games until someone loses a toenail. Right, anyway, 98 Vulcan, a very good morning to you. Fly Murph is here for 7 months. He goes, hello to the original and better and far better Murph. Streaming, not better looking, of course. Thank you, Fly Murph. You're very kind. Captain Sickbag, top of the morning to you. Hope you're well. How are things down the sunny southeast? I doubt it's very sunny. It's miserable out there. Energizer is here. Jesus, who turned the sun to 11 this morning? Right. Wills, 1985. Good morning to you, my guy. Hope you're well. What time was it the previous Thursday? About the same, I think, was it? Yeah, I think it was. I mean, Murph, I've got this, right? It'd be grand. Where is this now? If you can get too many Murphs in one place, I think it would be the end of the world. It'd be like typing Google into Google. Right, it's not advised at all. Dazza Arab is here. Good morning to you, Dazza. My wallet can't keep up with all these new planes. Yeah, right. Reaches for Mrs. Dazza's card. Brilliant. Then he woke up with a sore head going, Jesus, I shouldn't have done that. Murph, thank you for the bits. Throwing his bits around. Need to adjust the grayscale on me phone. Oh, wait, that's just there. See? Give out. Good to see you, buddy. You can hear him. I can hear him in me head, and he's not even here. Yeah, it's grand, Murph, but your face is a terrible mess. What? Who said that? Brilliant. Oh, Jesus. Right, the Limbic says, the quiet news week seems like the calm before the storm of releases. I would say yesterday was the quietest news week we've had. There was only like 4 or 5 different articles. And that's all we had. But it was lots of fun, and we finished our chopper flight as well. That friggin' Takeoff hangar chopper, it's amazing. I don't know, like, demos of aircraft will be nice, says the Impossible Face. Problem with demos is, I think that can be damaging for developers as well. You know what I mean? Hermit Something is here. Good to see you, buddy. If you can choose between the most popular, a selection, or full Monty, then yes. Yeah, like, we're talking about, would it be better to rent, or, if all the stores or all the developers got together and said, okay, we're going to give you a flat rate monthly price for all aircraft, and you just keep paying that and you have access to, I don't know, it's hard to call, I think I'd rather rent than subscribe. Yeah. Renting is interesting. Like CSS, they did that with their 7.3. Well, it's not really renting. No, that's just kind of pay as you go. Renting makes sense, I think. Not really for developers, though. But I think in a lot of ways, if you could try before you buy. You see, if we had an honest system, we don't have an honest system. There's too much friggin' piracy in the thing. Do you know what I mean? Even the marketplace stuff was pirated for 2020. I was on the original alpha testing team at Flight Sim 2020. And, at the end of the alpha, they gave us all a very unique alpha livery. There were these black liveries that could be applied to all your aircraft. And that was just for the alpha team. It was a way of saying thanks and we did a thing, and you know what I mean? They're now available. I'm seeing people who I know weren't on the alpha and they're flying them around. And that's just the way it works. What's built by man can be broken by man. So knowing that that's the issue, how do we then, how can you then create an environment in which you can rent things, right, and minimize the risk or eliminate the risk to the developer? That's the challenge. People are always going to do it. It's always going to be pirated. No matter what way you try and do it, it's always going to happen. You can't stop it. It's just the way the world is. But how do you protect the developers? You know what I mean? Who knows? Mr. 90, it's good to see you, buddy. He says, I don't like it. Devs would push that monthly fee to the limit. Possible, yes, very possible. The Impossible Face, like, give me 20 minutes with it before I decided if I want it or not. Well, again, that comes down to the lack of information when it comes to an add-on. If you want to buy an add-on, yes, we'll all tune into our favorite content creator or streamer, and we're going to say, okay, your man is showing this off, or your one is showing this off. I want to see what it's like. And we do have a lot of options there. The problem with that is, and there is a bit of problem with that, because what we have seen, some are being influenced by the developer, right? Some are liable to get excited for what the product is, and I could say something's really nice looking, and someone else can say, you're talking crap, it's horrible looking, look at the state of it. So it's very difficult to do that. What's needed is this unbiased approach to say, this is the performance, this is what it looks like, this is what it sounds. But in terms of scoring it, I think becomes quite difficult. Maybe if there was such a way that it was software driven, right? Think of, like, I always go back to Forza. Think of Forza. If you wanted to view a vehicle that you want to buy, right? You can appear it, it'll show up in your showroom, and you can move the camera around, you can interact with it. And then wouldn't it be class if you can, like, press a button here, there, and then, like, hear the sounds and look at the systems? You won't get the flight model, of course, but, like, do you know what I mean? I think as consumers, we could do with something a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like, from my standpoint is, anyone who's considering an aircraft, right? Let me know. Murph, I want to buy this. Is it any good? I'll pop it on the stream. I'll show you. You know what I mean? I'll be your eyes, ears, and hands moving around the aircraft, and sure, I can tell you what I think, if that helps. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Dragon Eye, welcome in. I shy away from any subs. If it's subs, I don't want it, even if it's gold. Yeah. Patrick Doyle, welcome aboard. Good morning. Mutley, good morning. Gar Gaming, top of the morning from Galway. How are things out the west? Is it nice? Some devs are better than others. To lump them together in a subscription, not good. Well, that's the other thing as well. There's no real standard yet. Standards are always being risen. We can see that all the time. Standards are going higher and higher when it comes to aircraft. And we've seen this. You've seen it with, the complexity of the aircraft, systems modeling, the sounds, right? How well they're put together, visually aesthetics, all of these things. And the bar is being raised and raised. The good developers, in my view, well, they're inspired by these things. They can see, hang on, Jesus, that was a great idea. I'm going to put that in my aircraft. A2A are one of them. A2A came along with this engine visualizer. We've now seen it in all the Black Square stuff. Clearly, that inspired Nick to say, that's a great idea, I'm going to show that. You know, the walk around, that inspired Just Flight to say, oh, this is a great idea. Yeah, we're going to do something similar. The EFBs that we're seeing, they're in multiple aircraft now. Do you know what I mean? So, like, they'll always be inspired and say, well, okay, I like this idea, and we'll bring it our own direction. Do you know? The Limbic says there are a number of hurdles. Which devs come in thinking M Scenery or Captain Sim? What rates do the devs get? Is it per number of aircraft or overall quality? Yeah. Or does the sort of model improve or reduce overall payment for devs? A lot to think of. I think so. Like, here's one for you, right? M Scenery. And I've always said, look, the marketplace is open. There's always going to be an add-on there for someone, right? Someone will want it. Someone might enjoy the product. I have a big problem when it comes to M Scenery because they're falsely advertising what they're doing. That's why I don't like them. They're saying, you know, professional this and this works and that works. It doesn't work and it's not professional. Do you know what I mean? That's annoying. And how they're still there. Your man must be just, you know, I reckon he trolls everything and everyone. He's like, yes, pay me money for this thing that doesn't work but looks good, but it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? And then if you say, listen, take that shit out of there, we don't want that. That's bringing down the entire friggin' flight sim community because you have these crap add-ons. You can't really say that because, oh, you can't, cancel culture. Oh, you can't be saying that. You know, oh, everyone's entitled to. Do you know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that? It bugs the crap out of me when I see M Scenery aircraft and like professional and it's all like they're really bad. How they're on the marketplace? Who signs off to say it's a great airplane? Well done. Like stats and figures that damages the platform. It damages the platform. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you can put up your hands and say, oh, it's nothing to do with us. That's what your man is selling. Get him out of there. Shouldn't be there. But anyway, that's my rant. Right. Anyway, £20 or €20 here and there. You can't afford anything anymore when it's all. What's this now? When it's all sucking straws into your account. It's better to save up for the things you want and live and have butter on your bread. Yeah, it's a great way of looking at it, Dragon Eye. Like, the point I'm making is, right, if you're buying aircraft after aircraft, you know, you're buying, well, I want this one, then I want that one, then I want that one. Oh, Jesus, here's this one. And they all come out together. There's like, you know, €120, say. That's where it kind of goes, well, you'll have to do without. Do you know what I mean? Is there a better way? That's where renting comes in, which is renting, I think, is a great idea for the consumer. Probably not a great idea for the developer, you know? But I would love to see more renting options. Definitely. Developers are going to hate me for that because, Murph, no. But like for us, for consumers, it's a great idea. The real problem is, though, is how do you protect it? How do you protect it from the developer? Okay, here's the full version that you can use for, you know, 24 hours or a week or a month, whatever. How do you protect that? You can't, well, you can, but you can't. You know what I mean? You just can't. And that's the challenge. I passed through Tipperary on Tuesday. I couldn't see it, Patrick Doyle says. When you come to Tipperary, just call out Murph. I'll answer. Yes, we could do some votes every now and then with planes you're keen on and see what we won't to look at or we want to look at. Yeah, 100%. I would have been keen to have like a few cross-country flights that go in just VOR and radio flying. Yeah, repeatable sessions, sure. The issues regarding the categories are at the main title of the categories are very hard to read if you've activated dark mode. Ah, okay, Roy, thanks for that. I make live videos on the internet. Yeah. How do you explain that in a pub? OnlyFans? No, Turbojets too. Brilliant. Patreon, this is the one, the Google YouTube friendly version of OnlyFans. Right? Do you know, cloudy southeast, Jesus. But yes, Murph, thank you for the bits. You're very kind. Velo is here, top of the morning to you. Renting is better than temporary. At least the dev gets something. Yeah, very true, Hermit, very true. Filthy is here, good morning. The weather out here in the west is great. If you're a duck. I was thinking that. Northern Aviation, welcome in. It's ironic. The time it takes for large developers, such as PMDG, to get their stuff on the marketplace, yet there are scammers selling flight plans and liveries. Yeah, I mean, look, that's the yin and yang, right? Thoughts on what CSS are doing then on the 735? The problem I have with CSS, you can pay a monthly, it's €5 a month. you have access to the aircraft, or you can buy it for 50, or you can get a year for like 50 quid, or you can buy it outright for 120. The problem I have with that model is they're saying, right, you can buy it now for 120 and then we'll give you all the other variants we're going to make. That's what I have a problem with. If they had the other variants ready to go now, sure, because you're getting 4 aircraft or 5 aircraft. You know what I mean? It's the fact they don't have them yet, and yet they want your money straight away. I don't like that. Don't like that. Do you know? I've got loads of GA planes now, so I'm putting the brakes on getting any more. That's another real challenge that we have. It's mad when you think about it. We'll buy the latest and greatest, and suddenly, you know, last week's latest and greatest stays in the hangar. And then you're saying, do you know, I haven't flown this plane in ages. It happens, right? It happens all the time. So, yeah, probably has to do with money. Unfortunately, so all levels of devs will be granted access to the marketplace. Simmers who have no idea what the quality is and only see the model. Well, that's what M-Scenery are doing, which is like, you know. And you could say, well, it looks great in arcade mode. Well, then put some sort of a category on it to say arcade only, not professional, not realistic, not this, that, and their current advertising is wrong. We can go into the marketplace and look at the M-Scenery stuff. It will say all the spiel. Realistic this and highly, it's all balls, like it's all wrong, you know what I mean? But anyway, where is this now? I'd rather pay $100 for a handful of aircraft than something similar. Yeah, 100%. It'd be great if you could choose to rent but then have the option to buy if you want. Yes, agreed. I think that'd be the best way for it, you know. But anyway, it's a very interesting discussion, lads, do you know what I mean? And you don't really see it being spoken about much. You do in places, but not an awful lot. But anyway, who's here? Look, the great Hadoken, welcome in. Malky is here. Oh, Malky, when you're in Aberdeen, drop us a DM there, will you? You won a thing. Jaken's dad, good to see you. Stevie Bees, good morning from Tenerife. I hope all is well out there. Davis Ebert, welcome in. Where is this now? The Miltech MH60. You, sir, need to get that immediate release. I should get that today, I think. I'm hoping to get that very soon because I need to figure out how to fly it, right? And then, you know, make some content on it. Where is this now? The Great Hadoken says, I've no problem with the option. More options are always good, but if I want to buy things outright, yeah, I want to be able to buy the planes. Yeah.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Makes total sense. Sandman is here. Swishy, top of the morning. Ed is here. He says, question, I thought PMDG was putting out an update for the 777. I didn't see that yet. Dave Cleary, legend Dave. Welcome in, Dave. Flying Diggs is here. How are you, man? You're looking well. The House of Belthorian. Since Microsoft has zero standards as to what can be sold in the marketplace, I fully support obtaining these items through alternative means and trying them before you make the decision to buy. Yes. Well, they have standards, but I don't know how those aircraft are in the categories that they're in. There should be like warning or like, you know, consumer protection. Be careful now. If you're buying this, it ain't going to be able to do any of this stuff. Just be aware of it. You can still buy it. You know, no hassle. Don't try and sell me something telling me that, you know, professional this and that's all wrong. That's wrong, like. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, Sizzling Popcorn, good morning to you. Shin is here. Good morning. Is there any way you could review flight sim controls from various companies and have a top 3 with pros and cons? Yes. Yeah. Well, like, I mean, hardware is interesting because I only... Jesus, there's buttons. I only tend to use the hardware that I like to use, which kind of sounds weird, but like, if I'm buying hardware, right, I will spend a considerable amount of time researching it. And I believe the hardware that I have, outside of what Moser are building currently, I think I have a selection of some of the best you can get. Considering, you know, I've got Verpal gear, I have Thrustmaster gear, I have, you know, Flightsim.to, I've Winwing, I've Honeycomb, Moza is in there as well. The only things I didn't get my hands on, of course, were Brunner. But they're, you know, and also Virtual Fly, but they're into the next category of, holy Jesus, how much did you spend? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, where is this now? Can you do a top 10 Murphy's Planes? Yeah, we'll probably do a top 10 soon, yeah. I think Microsoft should have a category system that is strictly enforced from reskinned aircraft, casual, medium, hard. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That is a good idea, the House of Belthorian. It should be a way that they're either broken down into categories without, you know, diminishing what the dev has done. But then you have to say, you know, here's a developer, well, you fall into this category. Ah, no, I put loads of time into this. It's politics, right? But yeah, popcorn, loads of it. Oh no, he's talking about sizzling popcorn. There you go. Realistic lights. What? Do you know what I mean? We need a Murph 2025 setup video. H. George. A 2025 setup video. Like the Sim or something. We could try that. But yeah, mad stuff, lads, isn't it? Mad stuff. Test everything. We'll have to donate to Murph so he can have everything for us. What about hardware like the Scalari? Yeah, they're expensive though. Do you know? They have standards, but they've dropped. Yeah, 100%. Hayden is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Soaring AJ, thank you very, very much indeed. Tier 3 for 54 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. Soaring AJ, hope you're well. Cornwolf is here. 27 months with a prime. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Hope you're well. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff when it comes to our sim, isn't there? Hardware, software, it's class. You gotta love the whole lot of it, but the M scenery stuff that grinds my gears, you know. That really grinds my gears. But anyway, lads, we're here to do some stuff. We're going to be checking out the updated Accu-Sim Aerostar. Can't be light. And then we're coming over here to check out OnAir. So I'm using a new reshade. So if it looks shite, give out to Energizer because he told me. I'm only joking. But really, he told me. Well, he didn't tell me. He just pointed me in the right direction. So let's see how it goes. It's a little bit bright, but let's just see where it goes. Bit of aircon in the background. It's like the heat hasn't left my house yet. You know, Murph, can you score add-ons you review and post the scores on Discord? You see, I did that before, B. Carlo. I did a whole review series of 10 videos or whatever. And it was scoring add-ons. We put them on a leaderboard. Gibbo gave me savage help building leaderboards and graphics and all this kind of stuff. And the reality was this, right? On average, they were taking me about 12 hours to make. Like, that's the reality when it comes to flight sim videos. Anyone who makes flight sim videos will tell you. Your workload is about 12 hours and you might get a video out there for about 15, 20 minutes. A lot of work. The problem I had with that, one, the time. Two, the return of that time, because they weren't exactly high viewing videos. They were relatively low, right? They become outdated almost immediately. And you could probably get on the wrong side of a developer, right? And what I mean by that is, if you put out a video of an aircraft and say, this is the current state of the nation, and they'll say, well, feck you, we're just about to release an update. Or they could say, well, we haven't touched this aircraft in about, 6 years. What do you expect from us, right? So you open up all that kind of stuff. The reviews I put out are based on my opinion on the aircraft. Wasn't a case of should you buy it or should you not buy it. It was trying to inform, based on my opinion, how good I thought development of an aircraft was. And it's only an opinion. And I love the feedback. You can agree or disagree. I like that. That's what I like. I like that bit of banter between, no, you're totally wrong, Murph. Sure, look, that's a 2. That's not a 5. And then I'd be like, what are you talking about? Look at do you know what I mean? So I like that banter. It was the workload, the time of it all. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think I use a -3 exposure from the sim. It is a little bit washed out. I'm at a -2. Let's go -3 for the crack. We'll give that a blast, Energizer. Good call, though. Good call. Currently descending the 777 into Dublin after an overnight flight from San Francisco. Ooh, nice. You should check out this force feedback yoke from Italy. No link there, Dragon Eye. If it's Italy, is that Virtual Fly, I think? But yeah, like, as I said, there are videos there over on YouTube. I had a lot of fun making them. Don't get me wrong, but it's the time, lads. It's the time. Do you know, where is this now? Reviews.
Review time. Today we're checking out
look at this Muppet
airplane. Now, when it comes to Coronado,
I don't know if you've seen these before.
They make some of the most beautiful aircraft. I mean, visually, they're stunning. Today's aircraft is the C-182 RG-2.
Here's one I never released. You can look at this one.
Hello. You're very welcome back to another review.
I never released this video, lads. You can have a look at this one.
Analog King Air, which brings a completely new interior and a panel for the default Microsoft Flight Sim King Air.
Jesus,
it features analog instrumentation. All the steam gauges are here with swappable radio communications and an overhauled electrical system with every circuit breaker, bus, meter, switch and knob fully functioning. Now it is just an overhaul of the default aircraft, meaning, the exterior and interior for the most part is the same, couple of updates in the cabin, and of course we have a brand new panel. And the sounds are pretty much default as well, with a few more added for some click spots. We have a ton of options, and the King Air is quite a complex aircraft. How does this one stack up? Let's go check it out.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Right, so these are the videos I used to make. Loads of fun. Katie Pilot is here. Good to see you, Katie. Yeah, typical. I heard you say knob fully functioning, and I thought, did I click on the right stream? Brilliant.
So here we have black squares.
Katie, we need to see the EFB-X. I'm just saying, it needs to be seen. It needs to be shown to the world. Look at it here in its raw, unfinished state. It'd be a great idea. That's broken. No, it's not. Shut up. That's broke. No, it's not. Right. Be brilliant. No need to publish videos on each aircraft or add-on when you fly enough variety on the streams. Well, that's kind of where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? VATSIM Mods is here 2 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, Jane. Hope you're well. But yeah, so this is the style of these review videos. And as I said, there's tons of them there. And then when we get to it, skip ahead here now. Where is this now?
Main panel lighting system.
Your man sounds lovely.
That comes down. It's done very, very well.
It
With
is.
the exterior lighting, again, it's all done very, very nicely. The strobes.
And then we have all these deadly graphics that Gibbo made. Look.
So for the visuals, I give it 3.5.
Now, you're probably wondering, why did you only give it 3.5? The reason being is, Black Square, you get 0 points for the exterior because it's an Asobo aircraft. So you can't reward a developer. However, they did make their own livery. That's worth something. And they completely changed the interior. However, the interior, it's more to do with the systems than it would be with the visuals, if that makes sense, right? So anyway, toward the end of the video, you can see the leaderboard that I had at the time. I even go down through the pricing. And then you have this bit at the very end that I used to do. And then you get the overall score. Look at the graphics Gibbo made. The man's a legend. 3.9. What? Right? So yeah, that was back then. They're old videos. Right, as you can see it. I mean, look, we've the A2A, the FS Reborn, they were right up there. The Vision Jet was up there. So that's what I used to do. way back in the day, but there's loads of them. There's
Review
all these,
time.
all
Today
these
we're
are
checking
videos.
out a Coronado airplane. Now, when it comes to
Jesus,
review time, today we're
there's loads of them. Have a
Tis
look at them, see what you
yourself.
think.
You're
But they're, you know, they took ages. It's about 12 hours per video, and it's like the time didn't work, you know. Thank you, Magnum. You're very good. Love to link up with you soon to chat about it. Yes. Katie, go on to Discord, and we'll have a chat about the thing with the yoke. Right. But anyway, friends, all very interesting discussion points, of course. And it's what I love is, well, it's reading and hearing your feedback when it comes to any of these topics, right? Because flight sim is very much something happened. What happened? Oh, look. And then we're like, well, what do we... There's no foresight, or it's just, oh, that happened. You know what I mean? So it's great to get your opinion on what's happening. But yeah, it's all fun with content. But here we are now in an updated Accu-Sim Aerostar. Ooh, look at this now, right? I do love the state of this airplane. It's just gorgeous, right? If you've watched American Made, well then, you know, your life is now complete because you get to fly the machine. And the update that A2A have put into this, they put in new glass, they fixed some of the sounds, and I'm hoping there's new spinners on it as well. Actually, they did say there were new spinners on it. Let's ramble in and have a look at the new shiny spinners, and they are way better. Because the last ones were a little bit on the, weren't they? Yeah, they're gorgeous, look. Stunning, absolutely stunning. So we're going to take this for a blast and then see what happens, right? So, with that said, let's go here, press some buttons, jump into the cockpit, and get ourselves set up. We're on the ground here at Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta, and while we're here, we're going to fire up OnAir, because OnAir is an entire career mode, an entire simulation of economy, companies. You can build stuff, right? I mean, you can actually have, with your OnAir company, you could be manufacturing stuff, and it'll inject that scenery, like your headquarters or factories or whatever, into your sim. This is friggin' nuts, right? There's 3 different levels to it. This is subscription based because, well, the servers, they got to maintain the servers. So there's different pricing for this. The most cost effective is subscribing for 12 or 24 months. Works out roughly the price of a cup of coffee per month, which is for nothing. Considering the stuff you're getting. Full career mode, progression, licenses, aircraft. Then you have, you know, virtual airline stuff. Then you have the whole economy mode, where you're buying fuel. Does your aircraft need repair? You know, are you now building or manufacturing stuff that you need to fly from place to place, and you need to figure out the logistics? It's huge, right? Haven't even scratched the surface. But we're going to enter our world. We're in crash logistics. And this is the no consequence side, right? This is in the cumulus world. There's no consequence here. This is just having a bit of fun, exploring what this thing can do before we jump in. This add-on, this particular add-on, is compatible with Flight Sim 2020, 2024. It works with P3D. It works with X-Plane. This works everywhere. You can even use this without a Flight Sim. Right? It's incredible what they've done here. So, what we're looking at here now, we're going to start putting in and plan for some flights, right? Naughty Gnome is here. Good to see you. Hope you're well, buddy. So, let me see. We're going to do a new flight. So, let me see. It's no aircraft detected. It's saying X-Plane. So, we need to go back in here and say, hey, I'm not an X-Plane. Simulator configuration. We're over in Microsoft Flight Sim. Connect it to Microsoft Flight Sim. Go back here to Jobs, and it'll say, right, where are you? No flight tracking is in progress. It should find us here now in a moment. Because we want to pick a new flight, right? So we can refresh all this, and we're going to say, let me see, regular routes, charters, right? And we can have a look at this here. So the last flight I put in was Sligo to Shannon, and it's probably reading that there now from SimBrief, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go over to SimBrief. Hello, SimBrief. We're also going to SkyVector to help us out. Now, the hope is here, lads, what Katie's working on with the EFBX. We don't need to have multiple tabs. Everything will live inside the gadget. But anyway, let's have a look here. So we're on, clear this. So we're at Kilo Charlie Oscar Delta, Yellowstone Regional in Cody. So let's do a flight. We can go up to Billings. That's fairly short distance, though. I'm going to go over here a little bit. We can go up to Helena. Right, bring us up to Helena. That is 176 miles as the crow flies. So let's do that. So, KCOD over to KHLN. So let's go into our dispatch system, right? If you don't mind me asking, did they have any updates on FS Hub's economy? They don't have any updates on FS Hub. That's why we're checking out all this other stuff. And the other stuff is very, very good. So let me see. Well, we know the departure. So it's K Cod and then it's K Helena. And our aircraft, did they put in the Aerostar yet? It should be a P60. PA... Yeah, they don't have it. We need to add that devil, don't we? So I suppose we're probably close to a Seneca. We'll go with a Seneca. And let's see what happens here. So there's a flight, direct to, optional, the routing via SWED. All right, let's generate, well, it's going to be VIA4. This is going to be a VIA4 flight. So we'll go this to VIA4. So we're just going to fly straight to. So analyze the route. It should be just point to point, which it is. And altitude for this one, we're heading westbound. So we'll call, now there's going to be all sorts of stuff here with altitude. So let's have a look. See this 11, 10. So we'll go in at 12,500 for the crack and let's see what happens. And let's generate this one, right? I had a cargo company on OnAir with 10 AN225s. My company was generating $1 billion a day in revenue. Jesus, Michael O'Leary might want to chat with you. I had it where AI got stuck in an airport without an FBO. You ended up bankrupt. Oh no, did you reach out to them? Is America Made the same story as Blow? I'm not quite sure. It's the Hollywood version of what Barry Seal did. Very Hollywood, but it was very good. Right, so this all looks good to me. And let's bring this back into OnAir and give it a refresh. Let's see if it'll pull this flight in. So if I were to... What are we trying to do exactly? Virtual Airline Tourist Charters. Abandon that is... Browse our logistics center. And this could be a free flight, it could be cargo, whatever. This will do all the flights for us. It knows we're on the air, we're on the ground at Cody, and it knows we're in a Piper Aerostar, a PA 600. So it knows this straight away because it's connected. We're going to call this one a free flight, right? And we're going to start from KCOD. There we are. That's where our location is, right? And we can now start putting in all our additional information. So we're going to click on the fly button. And in here now, we can start putting in some information. So let me see, fly now, show logs. So it just says we're going from one airport to the next. So I need to go in here and, destination is going to be KHLN. If we can't get up that far, we'll put in an alternate of Yellowstone, right? And let's have a look here. So free flight, there's money on offer for this one as well. We're going to add some fuel to this. Let's call it 80% in total, right? 80 in total, right? SimBrief aircraft type, we can import that, or SimBrief alias. So we can actually import the whole flight from SimBrief. Departure, not fuel, enough fuel in tanks, grand. So that's all grand. It's given us a 0 fuel weight, cargo. It's a free flight. It's just a ferry flight. But you could do things like air ambulance or all this stuff. Where should I put in the link? Oh, drop it into the Bremen Bar, Roy. That'd be great. So we can import the route itself. It's already in there. Density, altitude. You can see that at your departure, 5,500 feet. You have all of this information here. We're going to validate the fuel. It's now validated. You have a UTC offset, which I need to do. So departure local is 0410. Let's go into the sim and find out what time it is, because I've changed the time of day. It is 0819 local. So let me see, 0812 will do. 0812 will do. So we're going to click fly now, and that'll change the time of day and all this jazz as well. So we can see here now, right, you're going to be flying from here to there, and it's given us additional airports along the way to let us know where we're at. Nearest airport will say position your aircraft in the sim. That's okay. The tracking auto set it's all in there for the date, the fuel, your payload, the aircraft, weight and balance, sim settings, no no slew mode, no unlimited fuel. It knows what you're doing, right? And then your location. And we can see our information over here, including our flight manifest. So we can see all the information and what's going to happen. We can also click on any of these SimBrief gadgets and they'll start opening up charts and additional information for us. So I'm happy enough. We're going to click Start Tracking. Start Flight Tracking.
Loaded fuel is greater than due fuel. 94 gallons instead of 139.
Okay, so can we auto set that? Let's see what happens.
Loaded fuel is greater than due fuel.
Okay.
94 gallons instead of 139.
Okay, so let's put in 139 into our aircraft and then go back to this guy. So in the Aerostar, let's go into our fuel and payload, and let me see. Total is 95. So let's top this gadget up here now. There's fill the tanks. So that's 166 gallons. We need 138. So let's start dropping. 164, 58. There's 100. Stay going, Murph. So there's 140. She wants 139. There we go, 139. Let's start tracking now. Hopefully this works. It worked. Brilliant. Okay, gallons, right? So everything is now said, yeah, your tickety-boo, your fuel, everything is grand. Fuel on board, sim rate is 1, play sound on change, that's if you're changing your sim rate and all the jazz. Also show meters. You can show your base camps. Eventually, we're going to have our own base camps. We can fly between all of our fixed base operators. That'll dictate the cost of fuel. And we can decide, well, how much are we willing to spend? Because we need to do a mission down here. What's the fuel going to be? So you can see how your flight planning is going to be impacted by the missions in which you need to take. Right. Lovely hurdling. So we're going to move this guy over. We can see all the flight score and the entire flight. This is where you build your repertoire. This is all about getting, you know, your engine hours, your type rating, all that kind of stuff, your reputation, right? So that's all grand and lovely. So with this machine, let's go in and start looking around. So let me see, flight, checklist, that's all grand. Controls, park and brake, wheel chocks, tie downs, they're all there. We can do this manually. We can go outside the aircraft and then, you know, physically do.
Loaded payload is lower than due payload, 14 instead of 88.5 kilograms.
That's because I stood out of the airplane. It detected the change of weight because, well, Accu-Sim knows, well, you've less weight in the aircraft now. Not mad, isn't it? Madness. So let's go over here and start removing some stuff. So we'll come down here to the chocks. Where's the click spot? There we go. Uh-oh. I'd no sound for that. Do you notice that? We'd no sound. This is an update from A2A, so yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Let me know if there's any screen tearing in that, lads, will you? Let's see, what else do we have? We have another chock. No sounds on those. That's interesting, isn't it? I'm not sure, do we have a pedo vein? I couldn't see the pedo vein. So this is very, very basic. Just a quick remove before flight. That's the chocks over there. That was interesting. This is still janky as hell. And there's no sounds now. That's real strange, isn't it? Chris, good morning from Saggart. How are you, my dude? How's all in Saggart? Right, okay, so this update seems to have broken some sounds. Why didn't they release this first to beta? I couldn't tell you. But anyway, I don't see where the PO covers are. I can't reach up there, so let's jump back in. And park and brake is set, wheel chocks, tie downs, they're all grand. Engine heaters we're not using, battery, autopilot, realistic steering, metric temperature, clock 24 hours, visible passengers, realistic park and brake, metric air. Advanced, we have our JPI is there. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Turbulence strength, that's all fine. And we're using a GTN 750. Fuel and payload, we've already done and set that. All should be well. And let's inspect the airframe. Everything here is looking good. Engines are going to be next. We can go ahead and check oil, 10 quarts of oil. Oil grade is 20W50, synthetic. We can put an additive in there if we wish. Don't need to. Don't forget to restart tracking before you start the engine. Yes, good call. I should be doing that there now. Oil grade, spark plugs, massive fine wire or clean the sparks. This should be okay. Or do an overhaul. So let's inspect the engine. Green every... I have no sound. Oh wait, hang on, I'll turn down the sounds. What a terrible idiot I am. So the sounds are working, I'm just an idiot. Right, let me see. Airframe, engines and propeller, that's grand. Then we have engines 1, engine 2, and then we have our engine analyzer, electrical systems. We'll check all that now in a moment. So let's come down and start powering up this aircraft. Go ahead and get this door closed. Down here. We need to fix the animations there as well. All right, so quick check on what we're looking at here. So we're going to go prop full. The start on this is an absolute divil, but let's see what happens. Let's see if they fix that. Master battery, make sure landing gears down. Flaps should be in neutral. Flaps are fully down at the moment. Jesus, do you see all the screen moving with frame gen? That's terrible. Master battery coming on. We'll go ahead and get our beacon and our nav lights turned on. Fuel tanks selected to on. Booster tanks coming on. And let's see what we can do here. We're going to bring up the right throttle and we're priming this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? And now we'll go for a start on this machine and see what happens. So we're going to go for the right side first. So we'll open this guy, open that guy. So we'll go right, left, both. Clear prop. And let's see what happens. Interesting. We'll give it a bit of beans. Okay, there she fired. They're after tweaking it once
Your
again.
flight will be monitored until you land and shut down the engines.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it looks like they've tweaked that again. Right, alternator coming online. That's going to take some pressure off the battery. Left side we're going to focus on now. So we're going to go throttle up. We're going to go booster pump to on. We're going to horse in the mixture. And just let that do its thing. Mixture back, throttle back. Mags, left, right, or right, left, both. And we'll go for a start. We got a good start on the left. It is a little bit finicky. If you had all the axes there yourself, you could really move stuff around, but yeah, it's grand. Alternator coming on. And let's just have a quick check here now. So, temps, pressures, manifold pressure, RPM. Bring it down a smidgen, please. Keep it around 1,000. We're going to also reduce some of this mixture while we're sitting on the ground. Very good. Right, what else do we want to do? We have our avionics master switch. Go ahead and bring you on. Auto trim is already turned to on. And we have some internal lights here we can play with as well. They have put new glass on. I really appreciate this. Because the other ones they just looked a bit cloudy, didn't they? Alright, excited for this aircraft. A2A products are top notch. Yeah, probably wait for full release, Diggs. It's quite good as is, but yeah, I get you, man. Right, let's go ahead and put in our flight plan. So we are going from Yellowstone Regional up to Helena. And it's a VFR flight. We're flying just straight up the road. Nothing to worry about here. So when it comes to our transponder, we're just going to set 1200, turn it on. What else do we have here now? So turn on all our stuff here. Radios. The transponder is built into our 750, so that's grand. We don't have extra clutter here. Strobes, no. Cabin lights, yes. Prop. Pitot heat. You can stick it on for the moment, although I don't think we need it. Let's reset our compass. Let's reset our barrow. Sounds are good. Autopilot master switch. That's all looking good here. EGT is what we're looking for there. Autopilot. Let's just see where my heading is. So we're going to test the autopilot sitting here on the ground. So we're going to go autopilot master switch on. Heading and attitude mode have been engaged. Heading and attitude, get rid of attitude. Heading is engaged, so if we go roll right, yoke should move to the right. Autopilot on. Rolling to the right, good stuff. And then back to the left. Grand, autopilot unit is working as expected. Go ahead and deactivate.
Press the tester button. I didn't get a disconnect alarm. Maybe I shouldn't have. Get the blower on. It's getting warm in here. Fan on low. Hydraulic valve is already open. We can see the flaps are in the up position. So we have up, neutral, or down. Hydraulic pressure is there. Circuit breakers still aren't a thing yet with this airplane, but they'll add them. They'll add them. Right, let's check out these sounds outside because they're new. Sounds good. I'm happy what they did with the sounds. What do you think, lads? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Okay, so next up our sleeve, property eyes, beacon, strobe, landing, turn those on. Booster pumps, we probably don't need them on at this stage, but I'll leave them on until we get airborne. Trims are all set to neutral. Alright, we're looking good. So our departure out of this place, let's go ahead and bring up Navigraph. And we shall unload that one and import a flight directly from SimBrief. We're VF4, Cody up to Helena. We'll go VF4 sectional charts. Alright, so runways available. I reckon runway 22 is good. That's giving us a nice headwind. Runway 22. So that's from our location. Let's have a look here. I want to bring up the airport. So from our location here, forward, hang a left, then hang a right, and we're going to go down onto Alpha. Alright, down onto Alpha, that'll do. And as we fly then, we're going to climb, get a bit of altitude in. It's only 177 miles direct to Helena. This should be fun. So we can disappear you. We're going to come off the brakes. We're rolling, left side, right side. And I have it on ground steering using me rudder pedals. We can use the switch. I don't know what that switch there does. This is our switch on the ground. But yeah, let's see what happens. Does the wiper clear rain? It does. It does. There is no wiper. There's no wipers on this plane. Because if you look at the shape of the front, it's so rounded. You know what I mean? Right, watch your speed. And we'll ease our way across here now. Getting 130 frames, nothing wrong with that. And there are some people flying in the vicinity. I'm using a new reshade today, lads. That's why things might look a little bit different. So let's see what happens. The Stream Deck profile for the GTN is a must buy. Ooh, nice. Alright, watch your speed here. We're also going to move this guy down to our runway heading as we're waiting. And we'll do a run up the further down we go here as well. So fuel tanks are all looking good. Sounds are great in this, aren't they? Those prop spinners look way better. The glass looks way better, doesn't it? Way, way better. Like if you look at the detailing in here now. Superb. Got some lights and vents and all that kind of stuff as well. Pretty cool, right? Angle of attack, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Now make sure my Toby is working, which it is. I'm sat fairly far back on this. I mean, ideally that's kind of your pilot position there. We'll give it... See, I like seeing a little bit out my left window, you know what I mean? Alright, so as we taxi down, we're going to give it a full run up. Once we get down here, we're going to go through the mags, we're going to cycle the prop, and we'll see what happens then, right? We shall see what happens then. The lighting of this, what do you think, lads? It's a little bit washed out, but like, that's the sim, that's the mod. So it is giving it a more realistic kind of colouring, I think. A little bit bright for my liking, but I think it looks real. Something's knocking to get it, or to get in. Yeah. It's class. Like, I mean, you put this on the grass, right? I don't recommend you do this, but listen. Oh, they're breaking that. That's interesting. There you go. Yeah, it wasn't picking up the sound of the grass. Alright, she's working there now. Alright, let's test the flaps while we're here. So down, fully down. They're indicating down. They are indeed down. Fully back. So it's like a servo switch. It's either on or off. So you kind of have to hold them, yeah? Alright, so we're going to set about 10 degrees flat for takeoff. That'll do it. 11, but that'll do. And we'll turn ourselves... Well, the wind is actually behind us here, but it's so low, I'm not too worried about it. So park and brake engaged. Mixture's coming in. And let's accelerate this engine. Temperatures are looking okay. 2000 RPM. And hold. Let's try the right engine. Onto the left mag. There's a drop, sounds good. Back to both. Right mag. There's a drop, sounds good. Back to both. Left side. Left mag on the left engine. Smaller drop. Back to both. Right mag. Back to both. Let's go about 2200. And we'll cycle the prop. Here's one. There's a drop in RPM. Here's two. Increase in manifold. And here's three. Drop in fuel flow. And if we were really flying this, the fourth one, we'd be looking for any oil coming out of those engines. So I'm happy enough there. Anything to do with carb heat I need to worry about? No. Fuel boosters, they're all okay. That looks good. Alright, we're looking good. So off the brakes. We'll start moving forward. Landing lights are on. Strobes, come on. Transponder, altitude reporting. We are VF4. Right is clear. Left is clear. Alright. Hascat is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Okay, so our plan here is we're going to fly runway heading, watch our angle of attack, and we'll hold the attitude. Alright, looking good here. Autopilot, we're going to arm some stuff. It will be heading and attitude. Altitude will hold. Alright, we're looking good. Alright, friends, to infinity and beside. Power coming in. We're walking, talking, and squawking. Off the brakes. Takeoff power set. Airspeed live. Sounds are way better. There's 80 knots. 90 knots. Keep her on the runway, Murph. Oopsie daisy. Easy now.
Airborne
Positive
time
rate of
logged.
climb. Gear coming in. Flaps coming home. Ease off the RPM.
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Easy does it now. Twamby, thank you very much indeed. 2 months, buddy. In the Boxman is here. Welcome in. Alright, nice climb out. Autopilot on. Let's see if she hold the attitude. We might have to scroll that up. No, doesn't like that hold. Let's see if she hold here. Come on, Betsy. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. About 1,200 feet. What I've also realised is, right, my controls are still set up for the lank, I think. Battery charged to 4.2 volts. I'm out flying my drone. Have a safe flight. Enjoy it. Alright, let's just come down here to our stick. Hardware settings. Now, why didn't it save that just to the aircraft? We had to do that for the Lancaster, so I'll put these guys back to 0. And loop. Alright, picking up a little bit of bump. Now we are in heading mode, so it's going to be a right turn. We have a bit of terrain there to our right side, nothing really on the left. So it is a left-hand pattern, but we're going to continue to climb here for a moment and then we'll start rambling up towards our destination of Helena. Speed is okay-ish. We're climbing out nicely. Keeping an eye on our manifold pressure and our prop. So the props are dancing around a little bit. Let's just ease them back a little bit more. And we can increase the manifold pressure here as well. Our density altitude is going to be quite high, so we will reduce a little bit of mixture. Now in terms of prop sync, I don't think we have a prop sync on this, do we? No. Alright. Okay, we can start a bit of a roll here to our right. Ease off our climb. We're up on 8,000. We're heading to 12.4 or 12.5. Is there a checklist on the tablet? Yes, there is. A full checklist. Here's a checklist in here. Gear flaps up. That's all fine. So she'll want us, let me see, fuel pump off at 1,000 feet. Reduce power, 24 inches of manifold pressure. We actually had her sitting on less. And then trim up for speeds 122 to 160. But we're climbing at 1,000 feet a minute, so more of a right turn now. We'll plan ourselves on a little intercept. Guys, look at the scenery here, isn't it gorgeous? Easy now. We're still climbing, so all should be well. Temperatures and pressures. Cylinders are good. RPM is dancing, but that's okay. Fuel, oil, we're good across the board. Keep an eye on things there. Try and hold 1,000. Speed is low, but that's okay. Let's reduce the climb another little bit. More of a right turn now. I think we're at a safe altitude there. We are on GPS mode. We are getting a traffic alert. Aircraft is below us. Not sure where yet. Jeez, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Is it turbocharged? Yeah, the Aerostar is turbocharged. Okay, they're all looking good. That's all looking good. Okay, so let's tune into some frequencies. Do we have some stuff to help us along the way? So we've got the Bozeman VOR 112.4. Let's go ahead and dial that one in. 112.4. That's calm. So 112.4. Our OBS is starting to come alive. .270, but we know he's west of us. All right, we should be getting DME information there as well. Nav is on, so we can see that. Interesting. So we'll take it out of GPS mode. Nav is already in. Nav. There's the problem. So you should be 112. What did we say it was? 1124, was it? 1124. That's Bozeman. 1124. 112.4. We have her here. Oh, we had her here. Why aren't we getting it now? Mountains. Okay. Continue to climb. Is that 11.5 or 12.5? That's 11.5. Keep her going. Reduce another smidgen of mixture. In a reading now. Should be over on our left. Which it is. And we're getting DME information. Alright, super duper. Okay, so we want the radial of roughly there. So we'll turn to intercept this now in a moment. Let this guy come in. 111.7 miles, nautical miles. Our speed 78 over the ground. We'll increase that, and we're a while there. So let's just allow this guy to come in a little bit closer. And then we'll make a left turn. I have a message here, turn course 307 to intercept. Leave her safe for the moment. Because we're actually going to fly over Billings first and then ramble across. Can we do a Vulcan flight soon? Sure! I do like the Vulcan. Alright, make sure this is pointing the right direction. Give it a resync every now and again. Flight director's working. Let's see here now. So 290, that's what we're going to aim for. Little bit of a left turn, 330 degrees. Nothing to worry about with terrain. Alrighty. Continue our turn in. We're just going to wait for this guy to become perfectly straight, then we know we're flying directly to that VOR, and we can see some range here as well. We're about 109 miles out. Looking good. So 290 is actually there. Alright, keep her going. Keep her going. Looking good. Another little smidgen to get all this aligned. There's a turn coming in. Beautiful mountains out there. I'm also too high. We'll fix that now in a second. They're still slightly off. Slightly. There's a bit of wind blowing our direction as well. What is the wind doing actually? .21 knots. So for this to work, the wind is blowing us off course. So ideally, we need to turn in. Actually, we need to turn that way a little bit to try and keep going. Monty, good to see you. Flocala says, "What is your favorite World War II aircraft in the sim?" Great question. The Spitfire, probably from Flying Iron. The Lancaster is very nice. That's a beautiful machine. Alright, looking good-ish. Let's have a look at temps and pressures. We're looking good. Manifold pressure is quite low, so we're going to start bringing down our RPM. Our speed is picking up about 160. Let's go 2200. Easy. Fuel flow is good. And we're fairly accurate now. So we're 103 miles out from Billings. Perfect. She's looking good. And we're doing a very snaky little drop of altitude because I kind of shot through it there. So we're about 500 above what we should be.
I put in 12.5. Can't wait to see the Lancasters flying. Yeah, we'll have to do a group flight with them soon, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, let's have an old gawk over here, so. Buttons, Murphy, buttons. Alrighty, so we're coming down to 12.5. That's looking good. Bit of 25 knots blowing us here, so we want to watch that. We can probably get our speed up here a little bit as well. Now we are descending, but we'll keep an eye on it. Engines are dancing a little bit. I just don't have the manifold pressure. Interesting. Speed is coming up though, under 100 miles to go. Danger to manifold. I don't know, we'll have to check the old we're gonna have to check the old visualizer here in a moment. You're watching the arrivals at Riyadh. Awesome. Banana Dave is here, good to see you. Jump back into flight sim after a hiatus as the Lancaster is out now. Had to fly last night and I loved it, even losing one engine. Good man yourself. So I understand there is no altitude hold in this bird. There is. There's an altitude hold, in which we're just below 12.5. So you have an attitude hold, and then you can adjust the pitch, yeah? But once you find your desired altitude, we'll just click on Alt and it'll hold it. So there's 12.5, lock that in, and she's going to hold 12.5. Lovely. You can remove the default engine monitor screen. Oh yeah. Into your tablet energizer. It's the JPI, look. So if you go into controls, see here, small JPI. Pretty cool, right? Now, what's the engines doing? So, engine analyzer. They're all right. Everything's all right. So we're 92 miles out. We're doing 162 knots, about 180 over the ground. A chipmunk that you fly is flying into Riyadh. Nice. You hold your own altitude or attitude. Nothing wrong with mine. Dougal McTavish, good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. We're going to be doing some VATSIM planning now after this one. Looking forward to it. Our first US flight. You howl a minute. Right. How's our navigation? So we are drifting off a little bit despite the wind. So we'll make a small little course correction rather. 12,500. We're 90 miles from Billings. Now after Billings we can tune into another station. Oh sorry, Bozeman. Helena is next. That has a TACAN 117.7. Or we can do an outbound from Bozeman, which would be the 30 radial, give or take. Snowy, good to see you, buddy. Hans Gruber. She's not a turbo, so the manifold pressure is probably normal. Yeah, I thought it was a turbo. Or turbocharged. But obviously not. We're going okay though, like 20 inches of pressure at this altitude, and density altitude is playing with us as well. You know. Wouldn't you know it, the lang drops and I don't have time for the sim, right? Nige B is here, good to see you, Nige. Welcome in, buddy. Not this version, yeah. Mrs. GPHI, you're very welcome. Very happy Thursday, guys. So we're here trying out all the new stuff with the updated Aerostar. And so far, lads, very pretty.
I'm using a new reshade as well, just to see what the crack is like. Right now, lads, are we getting screen tearing? Now, how in the name of Jesus is that happening? Martel, good to see you. How are we getting screen tearing? Jesus. The amount of work I did on that over the last couple of days, and I thought it was sorted, and now we're getting it. How is that happening still? What a feckin' disaster. I even bought hardware to fix it. Let's see what that does. I'm raging. Give it a second now. How is that possibly tearing? How about now? I'd say she's alright now. No screen tearing. So screen tearing is where kind of straight lines move. I took it out of full screen mode. Like, I actually have a hardware device that's sending its own EDID directly into the friggin' monitor. If this isn't a way that'll absolutely rot you, I don't know what is. Let's see. It's at 60 hertz. Let's lower the feckin' thing down to 59.94. Let's see now. Give it a second now. Right. Keep that there. No tearing. Back into full screen. All the tearing. Look, holy divine. That's just... You wouldn't believe the testing I've done. If you don't use the full screen, Windows Desktop Manager forces VSync on. Yeah, but like... I'm actually using... an external EDID link that is only sending 4K 60 down the line. I actually bought hardware to try and figure this one out, and it was working absolutely fine yesterday. Today, not working fine. Wouldn't that absolutely rot you? It is, it is. Now, there's other stuff I can do. Hang on. This will make it go black for a minute, but we'll fix it. NVIDIA GeForce, good to see you. Yeah, but hang on. Because it's working in windowed mode means it's a software issue. Maybe. Right, that's using internal. And there's still screen tearing, look. Jesus, lads. Who's this now? 96J Taylor, welcome aboard, buddy. Good to see you. That's what happens when you hit 88, right? Ah, yeah, but that's just like absolute freaking soul-destroying stuff, lads. Like, the time I put into that yesterday and the day before. Let's do more science.
We'll go with the G-Sync route. P.S. Miranda, good to see you, buddy. Give it a second now, lads. It'll freak out, but it'll come back alive. We hope. Yes, Murph, do all of this when you're flying live. No worries at all or issues. Jesus, none at all, lads. Don't use borderless window mode. Should solve it. Doesn't do borderless window properly, though. That's the issue. Am I right in saying the screen tearing is gone, chaps? And chapettes? That seems to fix it. That seems to have fixed it on my side. Screen tearing gone. Yeah, I think we're good. Welcome to flight simming. Spending most time tweaking things. Yeah, no, that fixed it. Bloody stupid thing. Wouldn't it just absolutely, the best expression I've ever heard, wouldn't that just sicken your arse? It would sicken your arse. Right, it's working now, that's the main thing. Continue with flying, Murphy. Oh Jesus. Down on the left hand a bit. Some people are just more sensitive to it than others. Yeah, I can't stand it. I cannot stand screen tearing. Tazzy, good to see you, buddy. Trying the Innie 350 today. Needless to say, it might go back to X-Plane 12. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? We're happy to be your lab rats. Thanks, Al. It is when you spend money to stop it, yeah. That's what, like, you know. Slarty Bart, welcome in. Welcome to Flight Simming. Spending most of the time tweaking the hardware and software, right? Fixed, you clever chap. Yeah, I think it is fixed. Murph should have gone to Specsavers. Listen, I have proved over the last feckin'... I'm very off-sided. I have proved over the last 24 hours a level of genius between fixing sounds, fixing control inputs, and now fixing screen tearing. Brilliant. After using G-Sync for 10 years, I can't imagine ever going back. Yeah, why is that camera over there?
Studies, you know.
60% of the time, I work every time. Yes,
every time.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. You should work for Microsoft and Sobo, right? I know what they'd say to me as well. You know. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Right. How's all our stuff? Fuel is good. Engines are good. Murphy. My name is Murphy. Right, we're looking good. Look at the state of it, though. Yeah, baby. Right, here's the next bit of tweaking we're going to do. What looks better? Wait till you see this. Is that better? Is that better? Or is that better? So let's put this into context. This is the NS Zang, right? This one, NS Zang. Or we go for me Seal Sky preset. Or we go with the DGM one. Right. Seal Sky it is. Jeez, the plane really hopped out of it there. You're having a chili con carne, get up the hill. The TGM greens are too high. We're flying on our way to Bozeman. We're going to be going to Helena using OnAir company and the updated Aerostar. It's just a gorgeous looking machine though, this, isn't it? Look at the cut of it. It's a very pretty airplane, isn't it? Gorgeous. A pink livery would look even better. Wait, what? We're flying into all sorts of cloud. Nothing to worry about here, lads. Does it fly well inverted? Ah, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Right. Get ourselves back on track here, Merv. We're looking all right, although we're going to be flying into all sorts of mad weather. 44.5 miles out from the VOR. Murph. E. The name's E. Murphy. I should use that. Heisenberg, a very good morning. Is it Friday yet? What a week. Don't talk to me about what a week this has been. This has been a week that challenges, that defines and craziness and things. Also, we're going to fly into a mountain if I'm not careful here. Jesus. Yes, a week indeed. A week indeed. But it's almost Friday. My schedule is very busy now for the next little bit, lads. You know, what am I doing exactly? Well, it's just going to be busy. This weekend, I'm not doing that this weekend. Next weekend, we're going to London. Ooh. Then the weekend after, I start my 2-week holiday vacation. Well, I call it 2 weeks. What am I doing exactly? Where are you? Look at the calendar here, right? We're going to London on the 25th, and then on Sunday, the 3rd of August, I'm weighing me holidays until the 13th. So it's actually only a week and a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're home on the Wednesday at some stage. Going to Espanyol. Over to Spain. Looking forward to it. I have my Trustmaster AVA base coming from Amazon tomorrow. Ooh, $200 off of it. Jesus. Not too bad, Al. That's a really nice base. I was looking at it over at Expo. Gerard, hope you're well, buddy. You'll probably be freezing in Spain after the weather we've had. I know, it's be hot as balls. It's be hot in London. It's be 27 degrees. 27 friggin' degrees. Jesus. Walking around London. Right. Sure, I'll have to stay indoors and go to a pub just to stay cool, you know. The weather is now terrible. We're going to have to stick to IF4. So Helena has a tack-on. Is there a VOR up here as well? No, it's just tack-on, look. 117.7. Now, can we tune into that using our standard nav radios? Yes, we can. All right. Well, that's good news. Into the clouds we go. Hey, Schutz is here. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Thursday. We had screen tearing and then I fixed it purely from the level of genius, you know, and bluffing. 33 miles out. That can't be right. So we must be... Oh, no, we are. We are 33 miles out. Interesting. Spain had a heat wave and then a drought. Yeah. So dry they found an ancient monument older than the pyramids. What? Really? Did they? That's friggin' nuts, man. When were they going to tell us that? They kept that one quiet. Bit of tunage here now. Murph, I'm doing great. Just added reshade to my sim as well. Curious about the new added reshade texture. Yeah, but I've gone with me Seal Sky one because it's just safer, you know. The other one is a little bit kind of, well, you know. We could go back to 19... Oh, hang on. Well, that doesn't work now. Buttons. That happened one year at the river in Germany too, didn't it? America saying if the water goes this low, you're shagged. Jesus. They didn't put a visitor centre at the monument. Ten past 1. We're okay for time. When we land, we're going to be going through our VATSIM stuff. At the moment, let's bring up OnAir. And why did that change the screen? Uh-oh. G-Sync. We need to be careful there, Merv. So let's have a look. That's cool. Our full trail is there, look. Flaps deployed at the latest level. That's all looking good. Fuel on board is reading well. Altitude above the ground level, 7,500. See the range wings, or the range rings. There you go. Who's reshade by? No, it's its own program, Dave. And then our flight data. I love the information.
We're going to Helena. ETE 26 minutes. METAR. Winds are calm. Clear skies. Let's not complain. Let's give it a refresh. Oh, it's changed. No, we're looking good. Clear skies it is. Steve Claxton, very good afternoon. Hope you're well, buddy. This should be fun. So we're above the clouds. Very pretty, isn't it? This airplane is just utterly fantastic. It's sweet as, man. The sim is now looking good. Yeah, the other reshade, it depends on like the weather you have. I'd say it would work very well in like overcast conditions. You know. 12,500 feet. I wonder now, can we go direct Helene with its tacking? Let's have a look. So 1177. Yeah, she's picking it up. Let's turn on course. 79 miles out. 79 miles out. Yeah, we're getting DME from the TACAN as well. My wife is loving the Vader lightsaber I got her for her birthday. So much so, she brings it everywhere. Wait, the police. Wait for the police to pull her over for having a weapon. A lightsaber. Jesus. Or as those not initiated call it, a lightsaber. A lightsaber? What is it? It saves the lights. But you know, I got her like a phaser or something, no? Or a tricorder. Balls, I messed up my own joke. Live long and suck it. Is that through the NVIDIA app? No, it's a program called Reshade. Dave, have a look at my YouTube channel. There is a video all about Reshade. Maybe a tripod. It'll show you what to do and how to do it. With the thing and the yoke. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Alright. Our fuel burn is actually pretty good. About what? 11.5 gallons per engine. Right? What a beautiful part of the world, man. I need to go to Montana. I need to visit this place. Reshade is both a blessing and a curse. You can do so much with it, but you can also destroy your performance. Yes. So our current performance is 138 frames. Turn off Reshade. There's actually no impact. That's funny. It usually gives you about 10 FPS. 130 FPS, so the 5090 has really come into its own. I mean, it's just now at a state of, that's right. That's right. It is absolutely brilliant, do you know? 72 miles out. I wonder what way this will happen. So our fuel, we're working off the fuselage. And it's feeding from the right wing as well. Or we can put it into cross feed from the opposite wing, but I don't need to do that. Should be grand. Power my engines. So, it's cool, right? There's other things telling you a story here. Yes, you can see the colour of the smoke. That's giving you an idea of the oil, right? Also, you can see the spark plugs, right? Now they're... Should they be flashing? I think FrameGen does that. Car85 is here. Happy birthday, buddy. Hope you're well. But you see the manifolds here for the exhausts. See the manifolds? They're brighter towards the propeller because that's where the air is hitting them, so they're going to be cooler. And they're more hotter towards the rear of the engine. That mad, isn't it? Yeah, that's FrameGen.
I use reshade on other games too. Just didn't know before I could use it. Yeah. X-Plane doesn't like it. I'm about to do a bit of F1 soon. It's all about smoothness. Don't worry too much about your frames. You're 40 today. Welcome to the club. I get in there just a bit ahead of you, care. You're going to start hearing weird sounds, you know, when you bend down to tie your shoelaces. That's not too bad, but when you stand back up, you'll hear something. Oh, right. It'll be you.
Hello there.
Let me see. Indelible Soap, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Quirksy is here. Welcome in. Will always be my intro to the stream. The man with the exceptional voice. Thank you very much. If Montana was as beautiful as rural Wisconsin, you'd never want to leave, Murph. I'm telling you. Wait, if Montana is as beautiful as rural Wisconsin? Oh, really? News fan, good to see you, buddy. Rural Wisconsin. But Wisconsin doesn't have any mountains, though, Heisenberg, does it? Is it as nice? Look at the state. Terribly, terribly pretty. It's friggin' gorgeous out here, man. News fan, how's your day? You clocked your steps at like 2:30 this morning. Do you sleep at all, Muse? Jesus. The poor old devil kept us up again all night watching that thing. Alright. We need a bit of a course direction here. "61 miles out from Helena. You can't beat Leitrim." Oh, Jesus. You can't beat Leitrim because it's made up. Wisconsin has the breast... Wait, what? Wisconsin has the breast getting milk around. What? You typed it. I only read it. Did that come out right, Hermit? Woke up in a sweat realising I forgot my steps, so I had to log them back in. Ah, brilliant. I read that right. Yeah, Wisconsin has the best. Shh. Shh. Typo, that's okay, Herbert. I'm like, what? What did they drink? They have the best milk around. Right. Freudian slip. Yes, that'll work. Using a mobile, that's okay. It's fine. Listen, you know. Let's just completely ignore the fact and listen to music. Yes. We're flying in a machine that looks this good. Flying Digs Group in Alaska and call Colorado home now. All the beauty, half the winter. Ooh. That is a pretty machine, though. Can't believe you were checking the time. You're not me, ma. Wait, what? What's this about? Nothing, Sid. Jesus. Yeah, look at the state. So on the there's always something, right? On the LG screen does burn in all over the shop, and it's starting to now annoy me. And I can't seem to fix it. So there might be another TV in the future. Ah, Jesus. How much are TVs? Cyber Tommy, good to see you. Swap 21, good to see you. That's the bad thing with OLED. Back to school sale, yes. LG OLED. Go, Harvey, go. Oh, bloody hell, they're expensive. How much? They're £2,000. Would you shag off? Harvey's, hang on a second. We want an OLED TV. It's a 42-inch. Huh? Right. What size of a telly? A 55-inch C4 is £1,000. 55-inch is too big. Burn-in is a scourge. My particular gripe at the moment is a single dead pixel. Oh, Jesus. Richer Sounds is usually the best bet for TVs. Richer Sounds? Who are they? Yeah, it's the only thing putting you off an OLED. 55 inches is the perfect size. No, that'll change my whole setup. Meanwhile, Dougal runs an ancient 19 by 20 or 1920 by 1080 60 Hz 27 inch. Yes. Yes, Miranda, my LG is shag too. My Samsung is rock and rolling for years. Both OLED. Go IPS Murph, mini LED, 2000 zones, you won't regret it. But you see, I like this because I get the refresh rate. You know what I mean? I want a 48 inch. It's £2,000. That doesn't make sense at all. Is there OLED Evo AI? Whatever the frig that is. So there's a 55-inch C4. Oh, mother, stop doing that to the screen, will you? My screen keeps turning off the instant game response. Wrecking me head. What's the refresh rate in this puppy? 120 Hz. Ultra slim bezel. For HDMI. Yeah. What's it called? Richer Sounds. Will they deliver down my neck of the woods? Join free today. Right, hang on. Televisions. OLED TVs. Wait now, wait now. No, Jesus, they're dearer. They want £1,000 for that versus €1,000. Uh, 55. No, I want the C1. I think they're called. Is that a C4? £800? LG OLED 48C4. £800. Right. Specs. Refresh. There she be. Interesting. I literally just bought the C4 OLED, extremely thin. Bought as a TV, not for gaming. Harvey Norman, I think. Go big or go home. Crowdy got a 48 LG C4 for 1,000 quids from Harvey's. Hey, Admirals Disaster Lounge, good to see you. Elvis is flying Air Canada Vancouver. Ooh, nice. Nice. Right, so that's £799. So it's going to be Great British pounds to euro. 924 quid. How much is delivery? The C5 is just out. Lads, I'd be like divorced. Am I going the right way? Jesus. Right, runway into Helena. Let's have a look. Runway 27. Alright. So we can actually follow up this river here. Can we see the river yet? Yes, we can. Alright. Let's ramble up the river. And drop the nose. Right. The OS a very different looking kitchen. Right. £7 delivery. Resin says, Merv, what's the advantage of a TV or a monitor? TVs are cheaper. So if you want to get like 120 hertz refresh rate, that unlocks this 60 FPS business. Plus TVs, they're just going to have better color. They're going to be way bigger for the price. Yeah. That's how they work. TVs generally have more latency, yeah, but like we're flight sim and we're not like first person shooters, so it shouldn't really matter, you know what I mean? That's a 48 inch. How big is this telly? Now, don't break this. That's a 48 inch. Right. And she's wall mounted, you see. Well, I'd be buying one to replace this one because it has colour burn gone in. It used to have dead pixels, but I repaired them. As in, it has software which, you know, some TV panels, yeah, but this one's burning in a little bit. Not to the state where it's unplayable. I'm just starting to notice it. You know what I mean? JW streams, are you sim on a 40-inch TV? Yeah. I've used TVs for years, lads, for years. QLED, not for example. Does QLED burn in? See, you can't beat an OLED. Yeah, C4 comes with G-Sync and gaming mode, as does this. The C1 does it as well, you know? Only OLED burns in. But like, is a QLED going to give you 120 hertz? What you'll see on an OLED is absolutely incredible in terms of all that jazz. Hang on, we'll look at a QLED as well, sure. TV, QLED, right? They don't have any. What? They don't have any QLED TVs. What about Harvey's? Go, Harvey, go! Harvey Norman. Browse. TV. QLED TV. Alright. Now. Oh, did you? 120 hertz. That's a 65 inch, a 50 inch, 50 inch, a 98 inch. 98 inch? What would you want that monstrosity for? They do a Sony XR70 55 inch Bravia HDR LED smart TV. It's 1,400 euros though. And it's 55. That's too freaking big. A Hisense TV. Is it good? I use my TV as a 55 inch monitor. Yeah. 48 inch OLED Evo 4K. Now, specifications. The model. What's the... Yeah, it is a C4. C4 Evo. 98 inches out in the nuts. Who you... Well... Alright. Down the left hand. Easy now. We're on approach. I bought the 55 inch C3 OLED and it's so good. PC monitor went MSI QLED. Yeah. They're expensive. TVs are so expensive over here. You want to see the price? In America, they're like dirt cheap. Dirt cheap. Let's do a price comparison. OLED, right? Harvey Norman. Give us an OLED. 43 to 54 inches. The only one they have on offer is the freaking Samsung. And that's 1,800 euros. You can shag right off Harvey's. Yeah, I don't know. Burn-in is a deal breaker for me. Yeah. It'll last longer. Yeah, 100%. Burn-in is definitely the problem. Right, Merv. Fix things. Autopilot off. Power coming back. I have control. Airport is over that direction somewhere. Alrighty, power coming back. Speed is absolutely booting now, look. Watch the props, they're going to come up with their speed. Yeah, diminishing returns, yeah. Easy now. Oh, this thing, it hand flies so incredibly well. All right. Runway 27 is what we're after. Our speed is fab and groovy. Nice to take you. I don't buy a TV anymore in my life. I have a 4K Beamer. It changed my life. Gaming on my wall makes so much more fun. Oh, really? Peter Cross likes his OLED, but I hate every 16-hour obligatory shutdown. What? Really? You have to shut it down every... What? That's crazy, man.
That Ballooner, good to see you. Work is getting underway. A Samsung G95 NC. What's the price tag on that one, Zid? 150,000. Or words to that effect. Alrighty, easy now. Start bringing that speed down. Reducing our speed. I gotta say, the update in the Aerostar, it's really nice. Really nice. Bloody hell, what's the taxi, what's the runway? We'll go with the one that has pappy lights as the runway. Welcome to Helena. Speed still coming down. Easy now. Oh, how are you? Good man yourself. Shutdown lasts about 5 minutes when it occurs. What? The $2.5 grand. Jesus. Right, hang on there now. We try and put this machine down safely. My OLED monitor reminds me to do a pixel refresh every 4 hours. What make is a Heisenberg? That's a monitor though, that's not like a TV, is it? To be honest, I'd rather that because I'd rather do the pixel refresh than get the friggin' burn-in, you know what I mean? Alright, speed 130. Let there be gears. Let's go 10 degrees flap. Watch the prop. We're looking good. Speed coming down nicely. Let's go for 20 degrees. I'll do her. Vex says my 120Hz 55-inch LG TV with G-Sync works like a charm. So does mine. It's just I'm starting to get burning on this, you know? Right, what's the RPM, Murph? About 110, keep it above the blue. Like, this is the LG C1. So, like, and I have it a while, like. Yeah, I think so. Every couple of years you want to be changing them out, you know? You have the LG C4. Panzard is good, yeah? Happy aren't happy, a little bit high. You use it for simming, workers on another one. Makes sense. Picked the wrong time to go full time. Right, how long are we into it? 9 weeks. Or 13, I can't remember how many weeks. Right, easy now, Murphy, easy now. We're looking good. Power to idle, hold the nose. Easy, easy. Easy.
Landing time logged.
Touchdown. All right. Doing the bit of a dance. Flaps in. Welcome to Helena. Nice. Just swapped out my LG CX for a C5 due to burn-in. Dogs is here. Good to see you, buddy. All right, where are we going? A Vetter ramp. Vetter Aviation. And keep it up, Murph. Montana Division of Aeronautics. I like the sound of that. Right, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, right, Croddy. Thinking of using my 48 OLED as a monitor. Good idea, Ed. Great idea. That's what I use. It's a great idea. Alrighty. Let's lean our mixture here a little bit. We're rocking the LG 50-inch. Ooh, nice. Do you use the steering switches? Not really. Like, you can bind them now to a control, which I might actually do, but I prefer rudder pedals. And I'm glad A2A gave us the option to do that, you know what I mean? That was a really nice flight. Easy now. Easy now. The Montana Aviation Division. That's where we're headed. This is Helena, by the way. In Montana. It's gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. Beware of the background you use. That's usually what causes burn-in. Yeah. I'm using DLSS. Like the burn-in I'm getting, a lot of it is from Microsoft Flight Sim. There's something up here that's burnt in. And parts of flow burnt in as well. That's flow up. You can't see it, but like a bit of flow is burnt in there. There's like Microsoft up there. And there's another box thingy over there. Stupid thing. It's not bad. It's not fully burnt in. Like you can see through it, but it's like a shadow, yeah? It's not that bad. There are tools you can use to reduce burn-in. Yeah, but the TV comes with a lot of them, and like, this is the C1, so I imagine all that got better with C2, C3, C4. You know what I mean? I imagine, right? I like TAA for the clarity of panels. Yeah, 100%. Like, if you're using the latest DLSS file from the DLSS swapper, it's not too bad. Alright, parking brake is on. And let's go in and start tidying up. All right. Engines off. Mags.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by OnAir.
Great news. That looks good, that looks good, that looks good. All right. Chocks, tie downs. Hello. All right. Welcome to Helena. That was a pretty flight. A pretty flight. Pretty flight. I hope the new NVIDIA GPU driver update comes soon. Need FPS in your 4060. Thought the new ones come with anti-burn-in software. Yeah. You should do. Right, on air. Let's be having a look at you. So, your flight has been monitored. Flight ID, Yellowstone regional up to Helena. All times were recorded. Landing rate 98 feet a minute, very smooth. Block time 81 minutes. Flight time 65 minutes. Fuel burned 44.3 gallons. We traveled 198 nautical miles. So reputation increase, little bit. Flight score, little bit. Comfort bonus achieved. Safety bonus achieved. Aircraft handling bonus not obtained. Why is that now? Oh, we landed without flaps. No, we didn't. We had flaps. Need to check that. Soft landing bonus and then flight score. Or maybe I didn't have sufficient flaps. I only used 20. That's interesting. Normal wear and tear in the engines. That's all good. Okay to that. And thus completes another flight with OnAir. I'm loving this, lads. This is a great bit of software. Now, we're still in the free, no consequence world, which I'm loving, because you can't do too much harm there. But yeah, it's absolutely class. Absolutely class. So well done OnAir. We're now going to exit Flight Sim 2024. We're going to ramble over to 2020, because that's where we're going to do our VATSIM flight this evening. Right, so we're going to start prepping now for our flight for tonight. We're going to be taking the Airbus A319, the baby bus, and well, let's see what we can do over here. Why is that instant game response crap coming up? Right, Now, in terms of airports and all that, I think we're good. Let me see here now. Flight Sim 2024. Good luck to you. And NVIDIA control panel, leave you there. Let's start up Flight Sim 2020. Where are we flying on VATSIM tonight? So, our flight plan for this evening, friends. Our flight plan for this evening is going to take us from Detroit, and we're going to head down to... We're going to head down to a place called Greenville. Right? So let's have a look. So here we go. Good morning. Following our across the pond adventure, we're going to be embarking on our first USA leg. We're heading from Detroit over to Greenville, Wisconsin. Shorter trip this week, block time 1:30 to give us a chance to settle into the FAA procedures. It's a quiet town in the heart of Fox Valley in Greenville, surrounded by farmland. Normal mode. You don't have 2020 installed? Expect routing for tonight, Miggy, Slap, and GRB. Miggy, Slap, GRB. Departure will be 1900 Zulu. Where is this now? It's also the closest airport we can get in our usual aircrafts into Oshkosh. As of next Monday, we'll see the start of our venture. Thought to be nice to pay a visit. Interesting fact, while Greenville is a small town, Appleton International Airport handled over 1 million passengers in recent years. That's in a town of just 10,000 people. That's nuts. Okay, so there's no freeware or payware scenery for our arrival. I'm using Anybills Detroit. Departure time 1900 as always, and our upcoming flights can be found here. So our flight tonight, let's go ahead and bring up some stuff. We'll go in here, so let's start planning. So airline is going to be that of Firefly Air 235. We're going to be departing from KDTW, isn't it? KDTW. And we're heading over to KATW. We're taking an Airbus A319. And let's see what the routing's going to look like. Miggy Slap, yeah, it's already put it in. That looks good to me. So Detroit over yeah, that's actually kind of nice. We're heading toward Oshkosh effectively. Let's generate the flight and we'll get some ideas of what's happening here as well. Let's put on our VATSIM radar, find out what's happening over there. Sky Vector. We won't need Sky Vector on this one. We will, however, want Ventu Sky. Let's check in on the weather for this evening as FSU IPC loads in. So we're over this neck of the woods, lads. Detroit over to kind of, well, here really, isn't it? Appleton. So let's have a look. So this is the temperature. Let's see here now. Turn you off. You're there. You're there. And you're there. Okay. So that's the temperature as the day goes on. That's still loading, so I can't do anything with it there. That's 2 o'clock. That's 7 o'clock my time. So we're behind a weather front. So 26, 27 degrees over to about 18 degrees. So it's not terribly warm. Wind speed, this is going to be important. So we're going to look at it for our cruising altitude. Are we going up that high? We are. We're going to be going fairly high. So from out of Detroit, expect a headwind on this one. Now, what's the altitude they're giving us? 36,000 feet. We're close enough. So we're going to expect a headwind. Now, it won't be the full 79 knots because we're going to fly this direction. So we'll probably get a headwind component of about 50 knots, 50 to 60 knots. Are these group flights VATSIM only? You can fly along they're not just on VATSIM. It's just I'll only fly it on VATSIM because if I see other traffic there, it'll wreck me head. So yeah, it's you're more than welcome to fly along though. More than welcome, right? So we can see, yeah, we're going to be contending with a bit of wind. Now, as we get lower, of course, it's going to be nice and calm. 5 or 6 knots. 5 or 6 knots. There's no major changes here. All right. Now, what about precip? Are we going to be getting some rain along the way? So between 6, 4 and 10 o'clock? No. What about cloud cover? Yes. So 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're going to be leaving kind of overcast conditions and then it'll start kind of filtering out a little bit. Okay, so when it comes to the temperature, we know we're leaving relatively warm into relatively mild, right? So like 27 down to about 18. We're going to expect a headwind, right? There's going to be a crosswind component there, but there'll be a headwind. It's going to be cloudy, not fully cloudy, but there's no precip or thunder or any of that jazz. That's all to the south of us, right? Down by Dayton, Columbus, and St. Louis and all this. They're getting bashed out of it, look, right? They're getting proper thunderstorms. Jesus, look at that. So we're escaping all of this, which is a good sign. So VATSIM radar, let's have an old ramble up. Oh, wait, are they doing the RIAS stuff over there? I'd say they are they? Yeah, they are. They're doing fair for the rivals on VATSIM. You gotta love it. Right, let's have a look. So we're going to be in this neck of the woods of the FIR, and then we're going to be heading over this way here. So nothing live at the moment, so we'll see what we can do. Bring you over to one screen. Let's go ahead and load in to make sure everything's working. We're going to go for the Airbus 319, and we're going to bring in IAE. Actually, I'll go with the CFM. We'll go CFM, and we'll bring ourselves into Wayne County. The gate down here, Alpha 19er. Go ahead and pop ourselves in there, live and live. And let's see what happens. My son thought flying west across the Atlantic was slower because the planet was spinning the same direction. That's your fault. Yeah. Yeah, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. The whole purpose of this segment of our streams on a Thursday, it's to have our briefing, is to figure out, well, look, what are we doing tonight on VATSIM? You know, what's the routing going to look like? Is there any NOTAMs we need to be aware of? What's the traffic situation like? Does our scenery work? Does our aircraft work? Do our comms work? All that sort of stuff, right? That's what the purpose... Jesus. That's what the purpose of all of this is. So I'll give it a few minutes to start loading and thinking about life. There we go. It's a miserable day in Detroit, look. Look at the state of the weather here, look. Quite windy as well. It's miserable, isn't it? All right. Let's do a couple of things. So we'll get ourselves on the network to test if that's working. It's absolutely miserable where you are too, really? Okay, ATC. V-Pilot. Also need to check the views. There's no screen tearing there, lads. We all agree. All is wonderful and well in the realm. FPS is a little bit low. 70. Oh, yeah, the FPS does be a little bit low on this gadget. Right now, actually, can I change this? Can. Oh, I didn't put it into 2020. That makes sense. What if I did put it into 2020? Do you know, that shader actually works a little bit better, doesn't it? Okay. Right, you want to connect to the network here, Murph? Remote connected, lovely. Connect. We are a 319. Connected. Comanche just got an update. Nice. All right, let's see if GSX is working.
The boarding requested.
Sure, give us Spirit, because they're mad looking. There's the vehicles coming in. Okay, so my views are set up at this aircraft. This is the Airbus A319. Haven't used this in quite a while. Seems to be a little bit rough-ish, but it's grand. It's grand. Look at the reflections there. Isn't that class looking, right? So let's see what we can do here. Let's see. Phoenix, let's start loading some stuff in. There's a flight. Ground services GPU is there. Up onto our overhead. We'll go battery 1. Battery 2. External. Crew supply. Ground power. And the emergency lights. Integrated lights bring them up. Nav logo and wing lights can come on. Go ahead and power up our IRSs. Easy now.
Passengers to boarding starting.
That's all looking grand. Come on down here. Let's get some internal lights up and running. Lovely. Lovely. Now, if I want to use me gadget, I need to open up this gadget. Sim App Pro. Yes.
Runway awareness. Okay.
Okay, RAS is up and running. Device. Give it a second. She's thinking about it, lads. There she be. There she be. And can we verify we're using all of our stuff? 100. Yes. Heading. Yes. Alt. Yes. Okay, so my hardware is working. Go ahead and cancel that. Doors are open here as well. Want the cargo doors open? Alright, we're looking somewhat good. Let's just give it a moment. Let's just see how everything's moving. It's a little bit darker, but it looks better. Okay, New York Center or Jackson Center, 135925. 135925. We won't get him. 125325. No, we're not going to pick up any ATC here, I would say. Alright, I mean, she's alright. Frames are a little bit on the low side. Jesus, your man's head, look. How are you, Simon? Alright, we're not looking too bad. It's windy as hell out, isn't it? CTAF for here is 135. I don't believe there's anyone else on the ground with me, though. We are connected. There we go. Alright, so Tim Arnold in a Dallas, or a Delta. He's gone to Apple Green, or Appleton as well, look. Alright, we're looking good there. I'm raging away that picks up our ICAO as sunshine. We're gonna have to change that. Oh, that's dogs. Nice, okay. Detroit traffic, Firefly 235, radio check.
Firefly 235, here E555 from Delta 258. Good to see you, Murphy.
Alright. Right, it works. Brilliant. Sweet, that works. Brilliant. Thanks, dogs. Alright, so aircraft looks fine. Looks absolutely fine. We do have a dome light up here somewhere.
We do. There we go. The lighting on this aircraft, isn't it absolutely exquisite on the Phoenix, isn't it? It is stunning, lads. Absolutely stunning. So, views in the cabin. Sure, how are you now, John and Jerry? Good woman yourself, Margaret. There she is now, not saying much, but she never did say much. She was always a great listener. Yeah, a great listener. Don't be looking around as if you own the place. Go on, shuffle off. Thanks for flying with us. There's Benjamin. Benjamin has a terrible secret. Look, listen, cheer up, lad. It's only Detroit. You'll be grand. Jesus. Who's this now? Paulus. Yeah, he knows what he's about. Right, okay, all is well there. So I'm happy enough. Runway for departure. Let's have a look. 2-1 right, we're expecting this at the moment. One right, so our push, this is where it'll get funny now. What's all this crack? How is this going to work? Do we push and go Juliet? No, hang on. How does this work? Okay, so we can't push that direction, so we'll push this way. And then, what have we got? Juliet 7. Possibly. There's a runway for departure. Jesus, that's a short runway, is it? I wonder where our push will be. Better spawning on Delta. Probably Dougal. Yeah, good call, man. So, ideally, down here. Like, it's not the end of the world, because what we could get is push Juliet, Quebec, uniform, and then down that way. So we just come down the long way. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. We'll find it. All right. While we're here, authorized to conduct simultaneous operations. Turning restrictions. Taxiway Bravo to Kilo restricted. Taxi on 9 left, 27 right limited. Two-way taxi between Yankee and Mike. Taxi between sunset, sunrise, or in conditions with visibility less than a mile requires green lights to be operated. Aircraft wingspan greater than, that's okay. Unidirectional stop bars on runway 27 right. Aircraft, that's grand. Turning restrictions, that's okay. All departures except heavies requiring full length assigned runway 4 right for departure should plan on departing from taxiway Yankee 2 intersection. Okay. What does our SID look like? Speed restriction. Jet departures at or above 10,000. Maintain 280 knots until advised. I do, dogs. Yeah. Radar is required. That's okay. Transition. That's all okay. So we're on the Getch transition. Getch transition for use by KMKE area arrivals only or assigned by ATC. Alright. So 21 right, climb on heading 216, intercept course 252 to cross Fords at or above 4,000 feet. RTB there. Then on track 314 degrees to cross Corvée at or below 7,000 feet. Then on track 357 degrees to cross Veze at or above 15,000 feet. Then it's up to Jaxi. There's actually a bit to this. So on takeoff, left turn or right turn over the Fords, 4,000 feet, not below. At curve, we need to be at 7,000 feet, not above. Vesa, 15,000 feet, not below, and then up to Jaxie. There's a bit of thinking in this. Now we can put the constraints into the aircraft, that's all right, but we just need to be aware of this ourselves. Right, what are we doing then after that? So our routing is going to be that of the Miggy 3, and it's to Slap. So there's Miggy, and then it's Slap. So we don't need to worry about Getch. So Miggy, and then it's out to Slap. That's fairly straightforward. Our arrival, runway 03. Let's look at the approach. ILS 03. Transition is going to be where? GRB. Add that in. So we're going to fly up to GRB, the VOR. Okay, so we fly up to the GRB, right? Kermancy. No, it's not. Kermani, welcome in. Great to see the AI mentor say intentions can even stream on Twitch. What a time we live in, right? Nuts. You're very welcome in. Right, so we're going to go up to do the Green Bay VOR, or TACAN, right? So that's our routing. Now, why would we not be on an airway? Interesting. Okay, we're not on the airway. That's interesting. Now, is there, you know, the assigned routes? Isn't that something we need to look up? Sky Vector. Mickey 3. Alright, okay, so let's have a look at it here. Special use airspace, not going to affect us. Shouldn't anyway. Let's have a look. That's all military stuff. Right, okay, so Detroit Metro Wayne, we're going to fly around this way. That's okay. There's no information that I can see the approved routes. Routing was a real world route from last week. Okay. What was that website? Boston Virtual? What was that website for checking the tech routes? Okay, preferred route databases. I don't believe there is one here. Origin is KDTW and it's KATW. Search. No, that's grand. So there's no approved route. So we're grand. Don't need to worry about taking an assigned route. That's all fine there with the charts as well. World high. Hello? So that's our routing. That's quite okay. I'm alright with that. So back into Navigraph. So up to GRB, let's look at the ILS. So up to the Green Bay VOR, that's going to be up here. It's going to be a left turn, 213 degrees as we approach. So localizer is 109.1 on a course of 28 degrees. This is altitude be 200. Missed approach, climb to 2000. Climbing left, turn to 3000 on a heading of 310. Outbound to the Oshkosh VOR, then Becky International at a distance of 33.8 nautical miles at Osh and hold. So there's a hold Becky, which is 33 miles north of Osh. So let's have a look at this. All goes belly up. We're flying in. We fly to, we climb to 2000. Left turn. Then up to 3,000 feet on a heading of 310. Wait, that's not right. Is it? A left turn to 310. That's not making sense. We're coming in from the north. Oh, hang on. They want us to turn all the way around. Ah, there's the Oshkosh VOR. We're coming in, it's backwards, wrong way. It's runway 3, lads, isn't it? We're coming up this way. Right? Oh wait, I didn't see this. Ah, so we're coming down this way and then up. Sorry. Jeez, it's just about we did that. So look at this mad devil of an arrival. So how does this work? We're going to be flying down this way and then we go into this gadget here, is it? So we fly in this, let's just be sure on this. We're flying in this direction. We come down to this guy. No, we don't. Let's just make sure we're looking at this right, yeah? We're flying down this direction. We then enter this divot here. We get our turn. We're on the localizer. And then we're straight in for a landing, yeah? If all goes terribly wrong, our missed approach is going to be climb to 2,000 feet, then a left turn. As we're going up to 3,000 feet, over to 310 degrees. And then we go outbound on that VOR on the 355 radial. And that'll bring us up here somewhere, but it's actually showing us here on the map. Up to Becky, and then we hold. Is that it? I mean, that's what it looks like. We enter from Osh. As in, it flies us to the Oshkosh VOR. Dwayne, yeah, more than likely they will. If we have ATC, they will. Yeah. But just some, I think you'll probably be vectored on this arrival. Yeah, but if we don't have ATC, like, what we could do, like, why not use that nav aid if it's there? Or am I talking silly? Would you not then just go this direction to the VOR and then come up? We'll need to self-vector. Yeah. Alright. So we're saying we're going to come in this way. I would rather come in this way. Straight to the VOR. And then join. So the initial approach fix is Oshkosh. So OSH. Let's edit this. GRB VOR direct OSH. And then direct. I mean, that to me looks a little bit better. Order procedure turn at the FAF. Final approach fix? Yeah. Where's our initial approach fix is Apex, or yeah. Our final approach fix is where? Gamey, I suppose, is it? Yeah, well, look. Procedure not authorized for arrival on the VOR airway radials clockwise, so that's grand. Procedure is not authorized for arrival on the Green Bay VOR airway radials 161 clockwise to 269. So, the procedure is not authorized for arrival on the VOR, so you can't come in via the VOR. So what I'm saying is, well, actually, that's going to... Procedure not authorized for arrivals to Osh on VOR 191 southeast bound. We're not going down here, we're going there. So I reckon we can still do that. We'll fly down to the Oshkosh VOR and then hang a right. And then we can get to our approach fix here. Well, Jesus, don't print that, whatever you do. Does that make sense? Or am I overcomplicating this? We're going to come down from the Green Bay VOR. We'll fly direct to the Oshkosh VOR. Hang a right. Get our fix. And then fly in. Because otherwise, if we're flying straight into here and then we enter this gadget, we're going to fly in, then make a right turn, which you absolutely could. Dougal says, if there's no ATC, I'll be cutting south well before. Yeah, so Dougal, you'll probably... Yeah, so what Dougal is saying, if there's no ATC, what he'll do, he'll probably turn and come down this way. Or even lower, Dougal. You can probably come up this way. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, 100% you can do that, right? Try plate 12-1. So 12-1. That's just the RNAV. Jesus, Naughty Gnome got tied out. You poor old devil. What happened? ILS runway 3. The transition is Oshkosh. That's what we're doing, friends. Psh. That's what we're doing. So we have an ILS runway 3 via Oshkosh. That's exactly what we thought we were going to do. So if you look at the chart here now, it's going to be from Green Bay down to Osh, then turn up to another fix at Apex, or Apex, right? And then we're straight in. That's what I'm doing. That looks good to me. Let's look at it here in the overall chart. Fairly straightforward. Our departure, a couple of constraints we need to worry about. It's over the slap. Then it's the Green Bay VOR, hang a left, down to the Oshkosh VOR, hang a right, and then we're in. It's actually very straightforward. Things go belly up, fly runway heading at 2000, turn left, climbing to 3000, 310, and once we hit a DME of 33 point something, enter the hold at Becky. I'm fairly happy with that. Naughty Gnome, what happened there? Stupid stream elements. Hang a right at the lights, yeah. Why did it? I don't even know how to fix that. Hang on. How do I fix that? I don't even know how to undo that. 300 seconds naughty. Drop us a Discord if it was a message. Right, clear as mud. Right, so we want to... Jesus, that's... Woman, Cockpa, Westlake, Tyson. Don't forget the left turn in Albuquerque. No, I think that's fairly straightforward. Now, in terms of ATC coverage, we want to watch the old direct twos, yeah? So Corv, Vesa, Jaxie, Miggy, Monet, Slap. I might give us something else in here. Okay. Right, I'm happy there. We're now going to move our location and we're going to check out the other airport, right? Let's see what happens there. So I'm happy enough with that. Naughty no. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, buddy. This was the route. Flight aware. Oh, wait. Runway 30. So that changes everything.
They've done studies, you know.
If it's runway 30, yeah, it'll be fine.
It works every time.
Yeah. If it was runway 30, like, there's no worry at all, you know? Why am I using 2020 and not 24? It's 2020 is just from on my rig, it behaves nicer with airliners. I tend to keep all my airliner flying over on 2020. Now, Appleton. KATW. So there's runway 30, which is a shorter runway, right? Let's get up here to where the gates are. Gate 5. Okay, so we'll go on to gate 7B. Let's see if this works. This is a default airport, so let's see what happens. Silly bot didn't like me link. Yeah, stupid bot. So this route, all the virtual flyers into Oshkosh are using. No, they'll use different. Well, they have to do different arrivals. They'll do like the Fisk arrival or the Warbird arrival. They're a different neck of the woods, completely different kettle of fish to what we're doing. We're just looking at some of our options here for when it comes to tonight. If it's going to be runway 3, right? If it's a runway 3 arrival, at least now we know the complexity of it. We're going to fly from the Green Bay via War down to the Oshkosh via War, hang a right again, and then straight in. If it's going to be runway 30, don't worry about half of the problem. We don't need to go up as far as Green Bay. We can just fly straight in, right? Just fly straight in. So, default airports, you gotta love them. Wait, shouldn't it? Stupid thing. Why is this like no gates around me? Do we really not have any custom scenery for here? Jesus. There's one in X-Plane. Now, I'm just saying. There's one in X-Plane. That's, yeah, it's shite. I've like floating gates. Jeez, that's terrible looking. For pig iron, let's just see what a comparison does. Hello there. Hello there. Also, good to see you. Never seen any for Appleton. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? We'll fire up the old hex plane and just see. Just for it doesn't matter, right? That end of it doesn't matter. It's getting us landing that's what matters, right? So if it's runway 30, you're straight in with a shorter runway. Nothing to worry about there, right? No, it's the same resin, same airports. We do have nice lights coming into it though. So landing runway 03, the terminal is going to be over on our right hand side, and we seem to have the correct taxiways. So I'm not worried, lads. We're actually okay. You know? Yeah, that's desperate, like, that's just absolutely desperate. But this is where their scenery gateway was fixing all of these. They just haven't turned it on yet. But GSX and his wisdom with his world jetways just popped them in like mad places. You know what I mean? Now, the advantage to a scenery like this, of course, lads, expect butterly smooth frames for landing. That is one thing I will say. You will get much better performance landing here than you would on any sort of custom airport. So there's that, right? One less thing to worry about. So the airport layout, very straightforward. If it's 03, the terminal is up ahead to the right. If it's runway 30, it's going to be behind us to the right with a stop runway in between us. Or a crossing runway, so to, you know, use a stop bar. So I'm happy enough with that. Scenery is absolutely fine. We'll go through our flight plan once again this evening when we are ready for kickoff. You know, everything seems to be working just fine. Is there any ATC coverage on up this neck of the woods? No, there's nothing on up there at the moment. All right. So I think we're going to be fine. You know, it's a nice little flight. It's about an hour and 30 blocks, so what, about an hour and 10 in the air. Take our time with this. As I say, for pig iron, let's fire up X-Plane. Just to see what the scenery looks like over there, because there's a huge difference with default sceneries in both sims at the moment. But this could be equally as crap. We'll have to wait and see. Now, while that's loading, rather than making my machine explode, we'll turn off Microsoft Flight Sim. This one's a bit pants. Yeah, don't worry about Naughty. Like, you know, the silver lining on this one is you're going to get good performance. You know? The A2A Comanche just got an update. A2A. I don't know what they updated. Task Manager, Microsoft Flight Simulator, close, KATW, Appleton, customize, gate, 7A rather than 7B. Let's load in, have a look, see what this does. Mommy Tessa, good to see you. Welcome in. They do a new installer for it now. Oh, do they? Ooh, interesting. I'm just seeing for the crack what the airport looks like in X-Plane. Could be worse. I doubt it though. I doubt it. And like that's the thing with some of these VATSIM flights. I mean, you know, the option to fly on X-Plane is there. You're on VATSIM. It doesn't matter what sim you're on. You know what I mean? So it all depends on the type of aircraft you have. The only problem I have, of course, on X-Plane, I don't have any of the Firefly Air liveries, which is a problem. You know. Yeah, pretty much, Big Al. It's an issue. You can put a bin file in there if you want. Just click a button, it'll kill it. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. It's just one of those things. Now I can close that because I actually have the Tolus 319 in X-Plane. Interesting. Let's see. Let's go over here now because I have X-Pilot. And let's just see if we can connect to the gadget over there as well as we await for this to load in. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's flight. The weather's not going to be great. Most of our flights now, they're going to be daytime flying, which is kind of nice, right? We don't need to worry too much now about nighttime flights in Europe. So we're going to get decent lighting, and it should be interesting. Should be interesting. Let me see now. So that's V Pilot. Go ahead and kill you. Your flight simulator, yes. And we'll get some X Pilot. Wait for the program to respond, please. You come up. Your audio settings are not configured correctly. Utilize voice communication. Ensure your speaker headset and microphone device are properly set up. Yes, they are. Settings. Audio. Check 1. Check 1. They're fine. We'll give it a second here now to see what happens. I'm planning on flying the A319 tonight. 319 is the plan. Okay, X-Plane is taking a sweet ass time to load. Northern there, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. This is just for Pig Iron. I just want to see what the scenery load in. This is taking ages. I did start the other thing, didn't I? Yeah, that's running. That's fine. And wait for the program to respond. There we go. So Maying, you can turn there are options with X-Plane with third-party solutions. There's ortho, whereby that will download, stream satellite details or satellite data and push it into your sim on X-Plane. But yes, you can absolutely use it. You can absolutely use it offline. Absolutely can. Right, give this a second here now. There's no screen tearing there, is there? No. Right, okay, so let's have a look at this. This is the airport in X-Plane. Yeah, very different, isn't it? Very, very different, lads. For the default airport, I mean, it's not terrible. This is a bit more stuff on the ground, more believable, right? And at least the friggin' jetways are connected to the buildings. It's doing a good job on the weather. The weather's crap everywhere, look. Not too bad. I don't have reshade in X-Plane, so everything you see in X-Plane is X-Plane. Data output. What's our frames? 70 frames? Not bad. It's Appleton. Appleton is the airport. Which is a little bit janky though, isn't it? Looks good, yeah, it does look good. X-Plane is good. That looks very realistic. It just does, doesn't it? Get the doors open here as well. There's an old Volkswagen Passat, look. It's whatever way they've done the lighting in X-Plane. It's very good. So yeah, we'll have the option to fly this in Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane. I will do a mix of both over the weeks, but I'm going to stick with Microsoft Flight Sim tonight. But I'll definitely want to do some flights in X-Plane, lads. Definitely. Because, you know, for some of the aircraft that's in it, really, really love it. Really, really love it. It's great fun flying this. Was that a Skoda? No, it was a Volkswagen. But yeah, like that's the beauty of doing these flights, right? The only thing is I don't have any liveries for Firefly Air. I saw one on our Discord. Someone was doing a 757 one. And that looked pretty nice. Actually, here's the test. There's lots of scaling work in this now. Will this break? I wonder. Let's find out. Let's find out. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. Any screen tearing now, as you can see. There's a lighting after catching up on us. Yeah, no, we look good. No screen tearing, look. Deadly. No screen tearing. Yeah, this is I have the settings up and running now, right? Many thanks for that. I'm only able to get it to like 80 though. Unless, of course, we go higher. But I don't think she'll go higher. I don't think it can achieve anything higher than that. 63 out of 120. Oh, that worked a lot better. Yeah, that's definitely smoother. Yeah, look, some of the options that we have in X-Plane, like it's, you know what I mean? And like if we're all using the network, hang on, can I connect? Firefly 235 connect. Connected to voice server, plugins, traffic global, plugin admin, turn off traffic global. Right. That should be fairly smooth. Checking our map. Refresh. See what happens now. KATW. Oh, and that should show a Murphy. Oh wait, we got United 263. Neil Roberts. Neil Roberts is in a what exactly? UAL 263. What's he flying? There's me beside him, so we're online. So if I look down to my left, there he is, United. Nice. Oh, that's Sunjammer. Come on. Okay, well, hang on a second. So let us GPU this machine and test our audio. Batteries coming on. GPU coming on. Pumps coming on. Emergency lights. Nav. Need the beacon off. Inspection and logo lights. Let our screen start powering up here. Is there CTAF here? Might be a couple of pilots down tonight or something else happening too. What's happening tonight? Is there an event or something on the telly or something, or what's happening? 119.6. 1196. Appleton traffic, Firefly 235 radio check. It's on anyway. One 196 is dialed in. Appleton traffic, Firefly 235 radio check. Shouldn't it get the... .119.6, yeah? That's just plugged in. 1196. Appleton traffic, Firefly 235 Romeo Mike. Radio check. Oh no, he disappeared. I'm still connected, it says. We have another aircraft down around the corner now, look. Let's check, let's check, let's check. I'm all on me lonesome, there's no one here. Didn't it say your audio settings were wrong? No, she's working now. Someone load in there, doesn't matter what sim you're in. You can be on flight sim or whatever, doesn't matter. Just load in because I want to make sure we can all hear each other. There's an aircraft inside in the building, look. As you do. Our United friend is back. Mic is on. That's all on. Speaker, that's all okay. PA. Maintenance. Yeah. Appleton traffic. Firefly 235 radio check. I heard of something. Just hear that? 235. We only got feedback there. What Discord? Okay, I'm not hearing voice. No voice, like the mic is muted. What Discord channel for tonight's flight? We'll be on the VATSIM one. There's a VATSIM one. Yeah, Dougal, what was on tonight? There's no one around. Someone spawn into this neck of the woods. I just want to make sure, like, we're working. But visibility is fine. We can see. I mean, there is United there beside us, right? So X-Pilot client is working. I'm just hearing white noise. Just white noise. Interesting. If we can get someone else to spawn in here now. Hey. Dublin staffing up. Ah. How many do we have?
Hello, Firefly.
Ah, I got you now. 5x5. Thanks for that. All right. So that.
I had to change my joystick.
We'll blame maintenance. Just joined. What's happening in Dublin? So I'm already going to see it. All right. So the option is there as well tonight for this. This could be a lovely flight in this plane to do, couldn't it? I wonder what the Firefly Air liveries would show up at or show up as an X-Pilot. You know? That would be interesting for sure. That just looks incredibly realistic though. To be random, like the aircraft will be correct, but I won't have the liveries. You know what I mean? We need to get like the VMR stuff into X-Plane for that to work. But also, if anyone has the Challenger, I mean, we can do a shared cockpit on that one of the nights as well. Just let us know, lads. Let us know. But anyway, in terms of our routing and what we're doing and how we're doing it, I am happy enough with all of this. We're going to plan for the Green Bay VOR down to Osh VOR and then back in runway 30 or 03. And failing that, if we don't have a 03 arrival and it's runway 30, it'll be direct to. So ATC will look after us. Still having model and livery issues on VATSIM since your PC rebuild. Oh, really? What dog? Good to see it. Right, I'm very much looking forward to this flight this evening, lads. Kickoff is in about 5 hours' time, and we won't be in X-Plane tonight. We're going to be using the A319 from Phoenix for tonight's flight, but I'll definitely be using X-Plane on one of our flights soon because it just looks class. And like, again, we're talking about default airports, you know. Is there a friggin' interior? No. But it just looks better, doesn't it? You know, and if it was a nighttime flight, it would look like 7 million % times better. You know what I mean? It's just insanely better. Look at the state. Know what I mean? Here we're heading to Washington next week. Could be a good leg for this sim. Yeah, good call. Because Naughty, waiting to friggin' hear this, man. I'm going to miss 2 flights because, well, I'm on holidays, on vacation, right? So I'm going to miss, and I'm raging, I'm going to miss flights on the... Oh no, I'm only missing 1. I'm going to miss the 7th. Phew! I'm only missing 1 flight. But Murphy's Law, it's going to be a great flight. I'm going to miss the flight on the 7th because I'm actually on vacation, you know. But yeah, anyway, lads, that is our briefing done for this evening. We also flew the A2A Accu-Sim Aerostar, that which got newly updated. And of course, we flew with OnAir, which was a ton of fun as well. So hope you enjoyed our stream today. We're back in 5 hours. We have our VATSIM flight tonight. And Wilmington to Atlanta. Ooh. Jesus, flying into Atlanta is going to be some crack. But anyway, that's the story. We'll be back later on this evening. Really looking forward to it. If you're not on VATSIM, you can still come along and fly with us. You'd be more than welcome. We'll be using LRM. You'll be able to track our flights on our radar as well. And you can be using, say, Intentions Skynet also. All right. Muddog says, I have X-Plane 11. Should load it up, see how it looks. Yeah, it's not bad, Muddog. I need to get liveries over on X-Plane. I would love that because there are some quality aircraft in X-Plane. There just are, lads. There are some absolutely beautiful aircraft over in the world of X-Plane. So we'll see how we go, right? Atlanta is mad in VATSIM, right? I can imagine. Right, lads, we'll see you in about 5 hours' time for our flight tonight. Thank you so very much indeed for tuning in, and we'll see you in a couple of hours' time. Till then, have a good one. Time to turn. And we'll start advancing that mixture back in here now shortly. Come on, prop.
Sink rate.
You're all right.
Sink rate.
Yeah.
Up. Sink rate.
Give us a bit of air in the nose there. Nearly. Nearly. Come on, Betsy, you can do it. We need the wind. Oh, bother. We need more speed. This isn't dangerous at all. 110, 120. Mixture in. The mixture's in. Come on. She doesn't want to play. She nearly got there. Hang on now. Easy. There she goes. Jesus. If it didn't kick off, lads, I would have died immediately. Oh, we've got a gun sight. This is a beta, so I'm not too worried. It looks great though, doesn't it? Listen to this.